beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get away with this. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Fuck it!
Fuck it! This is episode 1212. Are you into numerology, Billy?
Yes.
So this is 1212. What can you tell us? What's in the cards? What's in the stars?
Well, as I know,
for tonight's episode.
as I know, the double 12s represent the dozens, the 12 disciples of Christ.
Of Cheerus.
This is a holy episode. A very important episode for the future of not just Drunken Peasants, but the future of mankind.
I want to point out that tonight's episode was instantly given a yellow $sign, which is demonetized. I just now disputed it, but the last 5 episodes of DP have been demonetized, which is crazy because we used to kind of do okay with it. Like we were probably at like a 90% ratio, but this month, I think it might have something to do with the new CEO. We're just kind of like, we're floating along.
The brand new CEO?
That's why it's so important that you like the stream, if you could, please. And double check. Make sure you're subscribed. Click the bell, and then click the... It used to be just subscribe, but then you have to subscribe, click the bell, and then click the thing on the bell that you want every notification.
And to make sure you see every episode of Drunken Peasants, the best way to do that is to sit waiting at the screen like a dog needing its owner to come home to let him out to pee-pee. It's the best way to never miss an episode of Drunken Peasants.
Yes. So I won't do anything fun today. I'm going to keep it totally clear, totally clean, in hopes that YouTube will not make me sleep in a tent on the street eventually, because it's getting close to that. Speaking of which, Streamlabs link up above at the top of the chat. Click on that. Send me a couple bucks here and there to help us reach the goal. It was very successful last night. It was. Well, I mean, look at it. We got to 30% of the goal in one day.
That's fantastic.
Because normally we're going into Saturday at 30% and trying to meet up that deficit in one night.
That's what happens when you go in hard on Wet Wednesday.
We went in, yeah.
And now it's Thirsty Thursday.
Oh, dude.
There you go.
I know all about the Thirsty Thursday.
It's ladies' night, so ladies, donate all your money.
Ladies' night.
If you don't like the stream, you're a bigot. Simple as that, Justin. I wouldn't say that because I want the bigots to also like the stream. Everybody like the stream. I don't care what side you were cheering for in the new Indiana Jones movie. Like the stream. I see Egghead in the chat. He says, "Oh, what a night."
Oh, what a night.
Red Scare says no fun, yay!
Yeah, YouTube is no fun. That's part of the reason why I post every show, both audio and video, over on Spotify. So we have 2 Spotify channels. We have the audio that has the pre-show, which is some valuable audio content, and then we have the video version of the show on Spotify. And there's been plenty of times where I've had to edit shit out of the show here on YouTube because YouTube didn't like it. But the unedited version is still out there on Spotify video.
Ooh.
So that's something to think about. And we are monetized over there too.
What a lot of people have noticed is that they were hardcore Drunken Peasants fans, and YouTube stopped showing them that we were live and started showing them other podcasts to steal their attention from us. They're like, here, wouldn't you rather watch women in industry? And we're like, of course we'd rather watch that than Drunken Peasants.
Yeah, well,
but we're addicted to Drunken Peasants. Let us have our addiction.
Industry.
Our addiction.
So I suspect part of it is intros. YouTube doesn't like intros, so I'm going to skip the intros, and we're going to get into the news. I want to cover this. When I was a kid, I loved fireworks. I used to shoot off crazy amounts of fireworks. I was lucky I was never injured because I did all kinds of crazy shit. I would strap like 3. See, in Ohio, they had like normal fireworks, but up in Michigan, which was like a 10-minute drive from my house, they had like the big time fireworks there. So we'd buy them and bring them back. And I was like launching my G.I. Joes like up into the stratosphere.
Yeah.
And all kinds of crazy shit, blowing things up. I took 4 packs of snaps and took all of the little rocks out of them and rolled them up into one big thing, which I'm lucky didn't go off while I was rolling them up.
Yeah.
And blew my hand. Because when I threw it, it blew up. But after I threw it, it blew up from the motion in the air, and it gave me like permanent hearing damage.
I used to take apart bullets and try and put the gunpowder into other fireworks.
See, I didn't have access to. You're one-upping me.
I would do stuff.
You're all about the one-upping.
I'm surprised that I didn't lose a finger or something.
I
did lose a finger, actually. I forgot about that.
Did you lose like a tip of your finger?
Not with a firework, but
would you cut it off?
It got severed in the hinge of a door when I was a toddler.
Ooh.
I was a little baby, and I put my finger in the back hinge of the door.
One is noticeably shorter.
My mom tried to shut the door.
But you kept the nail, which is
the nail has skin underneath it, so I can't get it much shorter than that because the skin is up under the nail. And the nail wasn't there when I lost the finger; it was down below the nail. But it like has this witch fingernail grew back.
I had a cousin that was a meat slicer, and he cut like all the tips of his fingers off.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can't remember this happening.
When you're using machines that can cut cow bones apart, your finger is like nothing. Like it goes away like nothing. Here's a story, a local story, and I'm wondering if this was targeted. Honestly, it's some Seattle residents that are a couple and they work together as drag queens. And someone shot some fireworks onto their balcony and burned their whole townhouse down.
Oh, wow.
Just bro, let's get Thirsty Thursday started right.
Yeah, bro. Let's go,
get it to
just
50% at least tonight.
Here in North Seattle, 3 townhomes, $100,000 worth of damage, and several lives upended just so somebody could celebrate 4th of July with illegal personal fireworks.
Well, yes. Because fire danger is so high here, it should be illegal because they're like you could burn like several miles eventually.
It is illegal, but also here in North Seattle and Shoreline Police Department, they said don't call the regular 911 to snitch on people with fireworks.
No, don't call 911.
They're like call the non-emergency, but when you call the non-emergency, it just rings. Nobody answers.
Here in Bellevue, we have an app where you can like
non-emergency snitch app?
You can take a picture of it and report it.
Oh, wow.
These Seattle drag queens shine brightly on a stage.
I love how they made this part of the drag queens.
Here at home,
they burn their fucking house. Dude, I wonder if this was targeted.
Stairway was like full of glass.
It could be, but it also could.
They shot
be an
it up into
accident,
their
too.
balcony, though.
Well, would we know it was aimed for it? Because sometimes things just get out of hand.
and shine's been
But, yeah.
dimmed.
This was my vanity where I did my drag makeup.
As everything they own is now covered in ash.
Everything we touch, our hands.
What if this was a next level Jussie Smollett,
It's also our place
and they
of
burnt
work.
their own house on fire to get?
I don't like that.
attention.
What if?
Well, you're saying what if it was a targeted, right? I'm just going to the other opposite
Right
end.
here,
They lost their sacred workspace,
like I design for other performers and.
and at no fault of their own.
The resident of the home did not light the fireworks.
Instead, Sreya was home.
just trying to fall asleep with my dog.
Minding their own business in their bedroom.
And I could hear fireworks outside.
When an ember from somebody else's fireworks
went into the air and landed in this balcony where it ignited furniture that was
they had patio furniture
on that balcony.
Our deck hit.
It seems almost perfectly targeted, like shoot a Roman candle up into the drag queen house.
Probably.
I don't know.
And started spreading through
I don't like these
the
what ifs,
floor
Ben.
and into like
I don't think it's a what. I'm just saying, like, we're seeing a lot of hate coming towards their way. So
here in Seattle, we're pretty accepting.
No, we're not a collective conscious, right? Like, there are hateful fuckers out there still around, dude. And anytime I leave Seattle for even 20 miles, there's like MAGA shit everywhere.
Yeah.
So like, how hard is it to drive in here? There's no magic wall.
They better not. We're gonna build a magic wall of rainbows.
The whole Borat thing where he met a bunch of MAGA guys, that was in Washington.
Yeah.
First sight of smoke, he grabbed his dog and ran.
I was just like, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out.
But not without a couple cuts on his feet.
And that's when the window blew up.
From hot glass.
The explosion, it was just like...
The window blew up.
And then I had to keep going.
Sreya survived and thankfully...
I wonder which drag queen the other guy in the baseball cap is when he's clean shaven. Because obviously, he presents as a man.
His roommate wasn't home. In the city of
Are they roommates or are they a couple? I thought they were a couple.
Seattle, to report illegal fireworks like the ones you may hear now, you're asked to call the non-emergency line, not 911, and law enforcement will consider patrolling the area. Reporting in North Seattle.
Patrol though.
You should only call 911 when someone's injured or there's a fire or someone's in your front yard pointing a gun at you or something like that. It's emergency.
White.
Yeah, Lisa on Life says there's a Confederate flag down the road from their place. They live in Washington State, but they live in the area where the Confederate flags are bountiful.
Yeah. Well, Washington State is a very big state.
Yeah.
And on the peninsula, it's everywhere, and then over the Cascades, it's everywhere.
When you look at the state during election cycles, almost everything is red.
That's how
there's just little pieces of
Ohio
blue.
is too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cities.
The cities are always blue. I think the same thing happens in Texas too. They have all
in
these
the
blue
city,
cities,
we have
blue
to
counties.
live. In the city, we have to live around people who are different than us.
We have to learn to live together in these cities.
Yeah, in the country, they're just anyone who's different from us will push them out.
Yeah, they'll run them out. This is a dry county.
Yeah, there's a city in Michigan called Temperance, Michigan. There's a lot of old dry counties left over from Prohibition.
This is a dry county. We don't want any of you.
Everything in my power.
So here's, I'm sorry for interrupting you. Here's an ad that DeSantis' campaign is putting out to make Trump seem more sympathetic to gay people.
Did he use AI in this too, or?
So he's trying to position himself more right than Trump.
That's going to make Trump more votable, right? Won't people in the middle identify
I don't
with
think
Trump?
people in the middle. No, it's only going to trick dumbasses on the far right. I don't think people are going to be like, oh.
They'll be like, that Trump, he looks good with a rainbow.
I don't
above
think
him.
so. I don't think so.
I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens.
If Caitlyn Jenner were to walk into Trump Tower and want to use the bathroom, you would be fine with her using any bathroom she chooses.
That is correct.
In the
That is
future,
correct.
There was Lady MAGA
transgender women
right there dressed as a cheerleader.
compete in Miss Universe.
Yes.
Make America great again.
Psych!
Oh, snap. Is this DeSantis' campaign?
Yes.
He used Tyler, the Creator?
Yes.
Dragon Donuts? I like it. Was that a random Brad Pitt?
And they're like,
And
he's
the
a
Chad meme? Is he the Chad meme?
I cannot think of anything more horrifying.
It really has shut down drag.
Just produced some of...
Oh, dude.
The Humanist
Our buddy
Report.
Mike's coming on in a couple weeks here.
The harshest, most draconian laws.
That is
like how
so
they're using
fucked
him.
up that they're using him in their.
They're using him talking down on DeSantis as a upvote for the bigotry.
It's so gross.
That literally threaten trans existence.
Congratulations, Ron DeSantis.
They're dunking on him.
Jank.
DeSantis is dunking on that he's threatening trans existence.
They're doing their like the other people we don't like are against this person.
Are you sure this is by DeSantis's people?
Yes, they shared it.
Oh, they shared it. Okay.
And he defends it.
You win.
I have another.
I just didn't think his group would be cool enough to make this themselves.
You think this is cool?
Well, I mean, it's using hip editing, and this is using emojis.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's paying people, right? I mean,
well, did his people make this, or did somebody who was a fan of his
There's
make
money coming into him. There's enough Republicans that don't like Trump that want him to be the nominee, and he's getting money. Like, he's getting good money being in second place right now. So, yes, someone's making this shit for him.
Of course somebody's making this by
him.
Is he like
He's
hiring
not making
them?
it personally. Yes, he's hiring them.
We
like,
have proof of this, or this is just
he
an
defends
assumption?
it later. I have a thing later. Here is him defending it.
Donald Trump yesterday, speaking of Ron DeSantis, said the campaign for Governor DeSantis is in, quote, total disarray. Trump made the comments on social media, writing in part, quote, Ron DeSanctimonious is getting absolutely demolished. No crowd.
Why did he put demolished in quotation marks? I don't understand that.
I think he wanted to make sure it was spelled right.
There's no enthusiasm, no interest. He's hurting himself very badly for 2028, wrote Donald Trump. Meanwhile, Governor DeSantis is defending a controversial and frankly bizarre campaign.
So Trump is like, yeah, maybe he could run for president, 8 years from now.
Campaign video that attacks former President Donald Trump's views on LGBTQ
or 4 years
rights.
from now, rather.
The video features past tweets and comments by Trump and the recent legislation DeSantis has signed in the state of Florida.
I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens.
If Caitlyn Jenner were to walk into Trump Tower and want to use the bathroom, you would be fine with her using any bathroom she chooses.
That is correct.
In the future, can transgender women compete in Miss Universe?
Yes.
Make America.
Yet, back then, Trump had to pander to that shit. Nowadays, you couldn't do that. So it is a good strategic move by DeSantis, because now it's like, no, none of it's good.
I hate
none of
DeSantis
it's
and
acceptable.
Trump more than I hate Chico's TOOBZ.
DeSantis is more evil than Trump. DeSantis is easily more evil than Trump. He's a more evil man. Trump is a fucking narcissist dementia patient. And DeSantis is a young dude, like presidential standard speaking, that is truly evil. And like, anyone who disagrees, tell me otherwise. Between the two, who is more evil?
This says Ron DeSantis campaign. Who'd they hire to make this?
I mean, you hire a bunch of young people.
Donnie,
DeSantis would be like the fourth youngest president ever if he won this next election.
Ad man extraordinaire. What am I?
And some of them got it before him. Got it because of assassinations and resignations.
What am I looking at there?
Extraordinary is stumped. Okay, I've been doing this for a long time.
He had Achilles in his campaign ad. Achilles was gay.
Achilles was gay? Damn.
Is that Eggy No Belts sending us a donation? I thought I heard a little whisper, but I don't know.
And the answer is, well, first of all, DeSantis is flailing, and he's trying to continually move to the right of Trump. But this LGBTQ thing is just, do you think this is moving voters? Are you, and to paint Trump as a patron of this group is, as an ad guy, there's one thing I learned over the years is people aren't stupid. Okay, you just, and I don't know the voter that's going to see that and go, you know what, Trump, I'm going. DeSantis, you're my guy. And it just...
Oh, there's definitely people doing that. That is a very effective ad. To people who are only into politics for the culture war, and they're like, they're a little shaky on Trump because some of the stuff doesn't quite line up. That's an effective ad.
Until QAnon tells them Trump only said that those pro-trans things to drain the swamp. Nobody
I'd have
believes
to wonder
in
if
reality.
QAnon is quite the force it was before.
There's some true believers out there.
There
true
are
believers.
some. Yes.
This is such a dark character. I've talked a lot about it on the show. How
this guy speaks on the truth of DeSantis.
At the end of the day, a candidate, Trump, even though we eviscerate him, and there is a likability if you're a Trump guy about him. He's entertaining. He's a lounge act. He's this and that. This guy is just the prince of darkness, and that is one of the darkest, most bizarre, twisted, deviant ads I've ever seen.
Well, he was defending it yesterday. Bipartisan backlash to the video, by the way. Many people calling it homophobic. Governor DeSantis...
There's even people on the right calling it homophobic.
Standing by the ad, calling it fair game.
Here it is.
I think, identify...
It's Tommy Lahren that he's saying it to, which is like, what?
Donald Trump as really being a pioneer in injecting gender ideology into the mainstream, where he was having men compete against women in his beauty pageants. I think that's totally fair game, because he's now campaigning saying the opposite, that he...
I just want to say, I don't think he came up with this on his own, but it's brilliant. Like, so many people that are only like people who would have never have voted. Like, they don't want to vote, they're not interested in voting, but now the culture war shit has gotten them into voting. That's what he's trying to do right now.
But do these people think Trump supports LGBTQ for real?
He said he literally did. There's video of Trump holding up a flag because at the time, it was more accepted by the right.
Yeah, but Trump's changed his position since then, right?
It doesn't matter when you have like literal footage of him not holding that position.
Well, you have footage of Trump flip-flopping throughout his entire career. There's footage of him
the flip-flopping
pro
doesn't
Hillary,
matter.
right?
doesn't think that you should have men competing in women's things like athletics. And so we've been very clear on it, that we believe in protecting the rights of our girls and the rights of women athletes to be able to participate with fairness and with integrity.
In response to those remarks, Trump campaign spokesperson said, quote, a desperate DeSantis campaign with a flailing candidate
DeSanctimonious
is in its last throes of relevancy. Mara, it's been said many times in the last several months of Governor DeSantis that he's just playing very, very small ball, and that he's picking on these issues. He's trying to win a national election right now, and he's going after regressive things that...
He does very well in Florida with the wackos, with all the Florida men. But can it translate to a nationwide thing? I don't think so. Can he win the Utah voter? Actually, you know what? When I ask these questions, I'm like, maybe he could. They don't like Trump in Utah. I don't know.
And leaning into his anti-woke agenda. I'm sure that works with a small group of
the artificing of the video made it look like she was talking with his voice.
And I was like, what?
I was like, it's nice to see MSNBC put a transitioning person on, but it was just that man transitioning over the woman's face.
You're trying to broaden the coalition. You're not just supposed to preach to the choir to win a national election.
I mean,
See, here's the thing. I'm like, DeSantis is worse. But will the other side realize how much worse he is for me, and by virtue of that, understand he's way better for them?
One Way Glass says, I hate this conflating of dumb identity
Trump
politics.
is cartoon villain evil. DeSantis is Auschwitz evil. DeSantis is more dangerous because he is competent and surrounds himself with effective goons and not sycophants like Trump.
Like he went to
One Way
finishing.
Glass says, I like this. I hate this conflating of dumb identity politics like CRT and non-binaries with standard gay and trans rights. It makes me feel like hangings are around the corner.
That's I don't see that happening, but there's definitely more roadblocks for true equality.
School at the Heritage Foundation or something. I mean, I don't know who he thinks this is resonating with. It's not. I also just have to say, in the ad itself, a couple people have said this, it is kind of homoerotic. I mean, there's something about the ad that's a little bit, odd to begin with.
Well,
And
it's
then,
got
of course,
it's got Tyler the Creator, who I'm pretty sure is bi, and it's got, like Egghead said, the Achilles dude was gay, and that there's a lot of like Brad Pitt, the Chad meme with his shirt off. If I was watching that video, I might get a boner for Trump.
broadening that out, though, I really feel strongly that, men who are secure in their own masculinity don't feel the need to shout about it from the rooftops everywhere they go and denigrate others. It's small-minded. It makes him look small. And it's embarrassing. So, I mean, sometimes when you see open hate like that, the best thing that you can do is condemn it, but also, knock it down a few pegs. And this is just really silly. I mean, I can't imagine what Americans are going to see this and have this change their mind. It might motivate Democratic voters to start paying attention.
I do want to say if Trump doesn't show up to a debate, DeSantis has the mic to say whatever he wants about him. And that may lead to some poll growth.
Attention. And I think if that's what he succeeded in, that may be what we're looking at.
I think there's a lot of voters that got Trump the win the first time that weren't there for the second time, and then there's a bunch that gave him the votes he got the second time that are still on the fence about it.
He got more votes the second time than the first time, though, right? Like, his votes were huge the second time around.
That doesn't indicate that he hadn't lost supporters, though. More votes, that just means more people were eligible to vote, which is true. As the population grows, there's always going to be more voters. Biden got more votes than him. Like, every election, you can point to, like, more votes, more votes, more votes. There's always more votes every election because the population is growing and the people registered to vote is growing.
Remember a gay friend of mine saying, was that an anti-gay ad? I saw a lot of Brad Pitt looking hot and shirtless dudes.
There was a gladiator.
Flexing. Yeah, there was a gladiator.
I know,
it did seem very gay.
Yeah, still, if Donnie doesn't get it, nobody gets it in an ad.
All right.
I like that gays for Trump ad.
Did you?
Yeah, it makes me think that maybe that Trump guy is gay and that DeSantis guy is gay with him. That's kind of cool. Two gay running mates.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Oh my.
My back is so busted.
Is it?
I'm like dying in this chair right now. I pulled my back out somehow last night and I'm in so much pain. I'm dying, Ben.
Was it in mid-pump?
I wish.
Everyone, please donate to the stream so we can, because I mean we're back on Saturday. Billy needs he can't sit in this chair too long.
Just die is all. It's okay. No big deal.
Let's get tonight's goal to 70%. I think that's a working goal. Everyone, throw in. You know what? I'll do it. For each $50 level, I will take a shot.
Ooh-wee.
So once we hit this $300, I'll do the first one.
19 away from a shot.
Yep. Do it. What else we got? We got, check this out.
Let's go.
Let's go. If you want it, you can drink it. Let me know.
Damn it. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Ben's got to get the shot. Those of you watching right now, while Ben's going to get his sweet milk, ask questions to me, and I'll give you legitimate answers. Lease on life, do not move. You'll be okay. Washington State is not that bad. It's not that bad. There's just some misguided folk down near the pastures. Hawkeye asked Billy, is S-ing your own DG? For those of you that don't know, I was not saying trigger words because I don't want to get demonized on this platform. But no, S-ing your own D is not G. If you can S your own D, it's just like Master B. Now it is G if you pull out of your own mouth and spray it in your eyes and say, "Oh, Daddy, no." That's G. Everything else is fine. Oh. Here's a question. What's the meaning of life outside of self-gratification? All right, Beta Ray. Here's the meaning of life. We, as a human kind, are conduits. We're conduits to each other. If we are a conduit of positivity, we illuminate those around us. The light that shines off of us onto those around us illuminates the people around us, and the people around us illuminate. And as you build that community, that connection of illumination through those you connect with around you, the world literally lights up around you. It's a beautiful thing. The meaning of life is to illuminate the people around you and make the world a brighter place.
Mine is similar to yours.
What is yours?
I say the meaning of life is to give life meaning.
Oh. What's meaning to you?
Whatever you say meaning is. Meaning to me is meaning to me. Meaning to you is meaning to you.
Well, the question was in a non-self-driven meaning of life was the question. So I wonder, what is the meaning of life outside of self-gratification? So I was trying to give the meaning of life outside of
you could say, like,
self-gratification.
I could get self-gratification serving soup to homeless people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can get gratification being selfless.
A lot of people will argue that self-gratification is everything you do because everything you do is to benefit yourself. But I think that the idea is to illuminate those around you.
You could argue every day you eat
So
or drink water, you're benefiting yourself. You know, like.
So, yeah, you are benefiting yourself, but it's through conditioning the world around you. You're changing the world around you to a brighter, better place.
I agree.
Starting with you.
A bizarre case in Texas where police say a man who went missing 8 years ago actually returned home the very next day. Rudy Farias IV was 17 when his mother reported him missing.
What the hell, Rudy?
So he was reported missing, and as far as the law goes, he'd been missing this whole
For
time.
8 years, but nobody said anything?
But he came home and, yes.
Well, on June 29th of this year, a Good Samaritan discovered Farias, who is now 25, outside a church in East Houston and called police. During the 8 years since, investigators say they followed up on many tips and collected evidence proving Rudy was not missing. That included statements from relatives, friends, neighbors, and even medical professionals. Well, investigators also discovered Rudy and his mother had encounters with Houston police during those 8 years.
During these contacts, fictitious names and date of births were given.
Date of births? No, it's dates of birth.
Hawkeye's asking, so they just hid him for 8 years? Or
No.
was he actually gone and they
The
pretended
cops
he was
even
there for
talked
8
to
years?
him. The cops said there were records of cops meeting him, and none of them were like, "Oh, you're the missing kid."
Leading officers and Rudy would remain missing. In fact, both Janie, Rudy's mother, and Rudy himself gave fictitious names while interacting with various patrol officers.
So far, prosecutors have declined to bring false report charges against Farias and his mother, but the investigation is ongoing.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's like if you legitimately report your missing teenager missing legally, you're kind of required to be like, "Oh, he came back tomorrow." That's so fucking weird that they never did, and he was considered missing.
Well,
for
they
8
said
years.
well,
Presumed dead. I
Was
would
he
guess.
considered missing for 8 years?
Yeah, they said that.
I thought that they said he came back the next day, and that I don't know. They found him.
No, they just learned he came back the next day. But as far as like the police were concerned, he had been missing for
So
8
weird.
years.
It's so confusing. How'd they find him 8 years later? Was he
Some
just...
guy recognized him outside of the church as like, oh, you're that boy that went missing.
And he's
8
like, no,
years
I
ago."
never went missing.
And they got him like wrapped up in a towel like he's E.T.
I know. Like, why is he in the towel? If he hasn't been missing, why does he need a towel?
Well,
Cops really don't do their jobs.
I mean, I
think about how many people live in this country, though, and you're supposed to keep like the databases are all separate because we have
Figure it out a little bit.
Whoa! Oh no,
Ben, you're getting watered down.
Why do people like me doing this?
They like the little cheers where everybody knows your name. You're like Frasier Crane. You're just
you know
like
the
Frasier
new
Crane.
Frasier's coming out this fall.
Yeah, I'm not excited
I am
for
not.
it at all.
Dude, the original Frasier is one of the most brilliant sitcoms ever. I honestly, it really is. Like, if you go back and actually watch it, it is better than Cheers. Actually, like everything is so psychological. The way they break it down, I'm a huge fan. But let's do this. You know, Frasier and Cheers share a lot. Frasier and Star Trek share a lot of actors.
Andy Dick? No. Nistia says the kid was
Andy
abused
Dick on
horribly.
Frasier?
I don't think so.
He was on Star Trek.
Yeah. I don't think he was on Frasier.
He might have been.
He was on News Radio.
Yeah, but they would do. Was that the same network?
I don't know.
I don't know. Networks were
I don't
so
think
like
so.
solid on who they would let. Okay, I'm drinking. Shut up, assholes.
Whoa. I don't know why you would toss my salad and scramble my eggs. They're calling again.
By the way,
Frasier was the same network as Cheers.
Okay,
We were talking
Well,
about
it's
News
Cheers.
Radio, though.
Yeah, News Radio. That's what I was asking.
I don't know
Of course,
what-
it was Cheers.
News Radio was on.
Frasier's apartment cannot exist because to get that view, your apartment would be in the water.
When watching
On
News,
the Elliott Bay.
when watching Series 1 of News Radio, you couldn't guess where these people would be in
Joe
30
Rogan,
years.
definitely not.
Joe Rogan, Andy Dick, poor Phil Hartman. Like, it's like
Who
you
was
look at that-
easily the most talented guy on that show.
Well, he
and then I
was-
would say Dave Foley was a very talented guy, too.
Yeah, Dave Foley, you might have thought he would be
hold
doing.
on, though. Stack these guys up.
Mhm.
Phil Hartman was like a very rare talent. To be like an actor, comedian, accurate impressionist. Like, I know you don't like impressions, but Phil Hartman did them well.
Yeah, he's great.
He was, he was a very rare talent. And he got a start on with Pee Wee Herman back in the day.
Was he the mailman or?
He was Captain Carl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Lawrence
Lawrence
Fishburne
Fishburne.
was Cowboy Curtis.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were two like big names to come out of that.
Pee Wee Herman was a lot like Miranda Sings.
Phil Hartman on The Simpsons. Yeah. And Kelsey Grammer was good on The Simpsons too as Sideshow Bob.
All those shows were on
After
NBC.
decades,
Okay.
it's a booming growth. The commercial real estate
They should have
industry
done
has
that.
run into a brick wall. Building values are plummeting. Offices remain empty. And now rising interest rates could put pressure.
Oh, by the way, I want to put it out there. The new Frasier, there's no Niles, there's no Daphne, there's no Martin, but he died. Like, the actor died.
Yeah.
There's no dog, obviously, because the show was on the air 20 years ago or whatever. But the people who are alive, they're not on the show. They're bringing back Lilith, who was Frasier's ex-wife from Cheers. They're bringing a new actor playing their son because the old actor isn't good looking, so they brought like a good looking guy to play their son. And then some other weird random guy are the main characters. I wanted Niles and Daphne. I wanted them to still be in Seattle. They're moving it back to Boston. I hate it. And they fuck with that poor fucking dog.
Are they going to have Cliff Clavin in it now that it's back in Boston?
I would hope they'll bring back some of them. Cliff was in. There was an episode where they went back to Boston and they had most of the Cheers cast in there, and then there's a few episodes where like a couple members of the Cheers cast were visiting in Seattle. There was one with Woody. There was one with who else was there? There was one with Sam. There was one with Diane Diane came back.
Do you think there's going to be an episode where he goes back to the Cheers bar and it's changed so much nobody knows anybody's name? It's just like a sold out. Like
you should write
Boston
that
bar?
episode and send it in.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Now that I
Where-
don't
where,
think the show's going to get a second season.
Everyone, we're about to go back to my own romping grounds, everyone.
And it's so different.
I can't wait to walk in and everyone's going to call out, Frasier! And then they walk in and no one says anything. And like, there's people playing Dance Dance Revolution like in the corner or
Yeah.
like something like that. Like it's all not. Yes, that's a great idea if it's only like built upon. I would love that. Freddie. This used to be my romping grounds when I was a young man. Right?
Yeah. And then everybody will know Freddie's name, but not Frasier's.
Scott summed it up perfectly when he said it's a show about a gay British man who's neither gay nor British. It's true. He speaks it's like a transcontinental British accent.
I wonder if they'll have Rebecca's son running the bar.
Oh,
and Sam will be behind the bar like
Coach. She's the only one besides Coach who's gone.
Yeah.
And she should not have died. She should not be gone.
It'd be funny if Rebecca's
What was her
son
thing?
was an
Like, how'd she
asshole
die?
and Sam was still working
Do we
there.
know how Kirstie Alley died?
Well, she was anti-vax, so I'm sure it wasn't the vax.
I don't know. I don't want to assume that. Was it like
She was what, in her late 60s or something, or early 70s?
But all of them are still around. Coach was the old I think Coach was already like in his mid 50s when Cheers started. So
Coach was?
And he was a really bad alcoholic.
I looked older than that.
No, let's see.
He might not have been. I remember him looking older.
Dude, everyone looks older when you look back into the 80s.
Probably.
Let's see how old he was.
Now you look at a 70-year-old woman and she looks 22. It's crazy how we've aged these days. Kirstie Alley was 71. Okay, yeah. She had a battle with weight. I wonder. She was hot and famous in the 80s.
Dude,
she probably did a lot of coke.
Cheers, she was like super hot. And in Star Trek, the Star Trek movie, she was like the hot Vulcan. And then none of you would remember this because it was only famous at the time and it's not remembered as like a good movie. But Look Who's Talking was like a huge movie. It was so fucking huge. It even reignited John Travolta again. Like John Travolta had no career. Well, I mean, that first one though was so huge. You know, Coach died at 61. So how old was he? Yeah, he was probably like late 50s in that first season.
61 is pretty damn young.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, how many seasons? Yeah, he was like mid 50s in that first. I knew it because he was an actor that was known for like his really bad alcoholism.
Iron Chicanery says, I like Shelley Long better, but Kirstie was pretty hot in the later Cheers seasons.
Kirstie is hotter than Shelley.
Yeah, I'm Team Rebecca, but...
Well, if I measure hotness, but I like the story of Diane and Sam better because it was that will they storyline, which really carries a lot of shows. That, like, they love each other, they hate each other, will they become an item?
That's why I like the Rebecca thing, because she humbled him. She came and bought the bar.
Actually, they came to a point where they were like, all right, we hate each other, but we want to fuck so bad.
Yeah.
Why don't we have a baby together? Do you remember that? That happened in Cheers. Sam and Rebecca, they were like, well, we don't like each other. We tried to date. We don't like each other. But how about we have a baby together? Because we won't.
That's a good idea.
We both want a baby. Yeah, that's a good plot line that was going on.
And then that baby starred in Look Who's Talking. That was Sam and Rebecca's baby.
Moonlighting. I saw that. Yeah. Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis. That was like a huge thing.
That was a big deal.
You know, like they were like attractive people that hated each other, but everyone was like, they want to fuck each other. And every now and then they give that like little hint, like they want to fuck each other.
That's what people watch Drunken Peasants for, too. The dynamic between me and you.
We want to fuck each other.
Ever since that elevator. When we got stuck in that elevator, it's been the tie that binds, glues this podcast together.
Oh, baby, I hear the blues.
I'm like the Rebecca of Drunken Peasants.
Let's check out Brett. You know, Brett Keane has leaned into the culture war really hard.
Oh, God. Again?
Yes. Well, he always, if you notice, he always like rides the wave to like the next place. Let's play the intro though, because it's great.
Individual situation. Check out the beautiful asshole.
The individual Brett Keane segment situation.
Do I owe a drink? It's 3.
I don't think you do.
Okay.
300 was the first one, and 350 was the second one.
Get it to 400, everybody, please. I'm an alcoholic. I need my drink. All right.
Ben and Billy are my favorite. Will they, won't they?
I know, right, random guy?
They are absolutely permanent. It's not something that can be resolved or quite a bit sweet. Name is Brett.
He even tried to pick like DP style music.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett.
I like how he's sitting in a fake chair. He's laying in a bed with green sheets right now. And he's like, good morning, and then he's like,
got my new
like
chair.
Chair behind him.
Keane, and you are watching
chair.
and listening.
That dude, that microphone isn't even real. Dude, none of this is real. He's laying on his back in his bed with a webcam like over his face. Dude, I can see the rough edges on that microphone. That is not a real microphone.
No, it's a real
Like,
mic, and I'm
what?
tiny.
No, it is
I'm
not.
tiny little Brett
None
Keane.
of this is real.
I'm a baby Brett boy, and I sit in a big boy chair with a big boy
He's
microphone.
laying on his back in his bed with green sheets.
People are suggesting that that's not even real Brett. He just has a moving gif of himself going back and forth.
Just wait until AI becomes totally free. The Brett Keane channel, he'll be like, I'm a fucking like Hulk Hogan.
Keane Show. I hope you're all having a blessed day out there. I just woke up a little while ago, and my sweet, beautiful daughter made me some hot tea, and I'm just chilling out.
Why can't you
reading
do it
tweets
yourself?
and
She tried to drown me
watching
in the
some
cup.
videos on YouTube like a lot of you do. One of the things I read about quite a bit is detransitioning.
Hold on. I just saw a loop.
It looked like it, right?
Yeah. So this isn't even really him. He recorded himself. This is so
It's
fucking
AI
lame.
Brett.
It's not even AI. It's like a bad loop of video of him.
This is Max Headcase.
What is this? It is so bad.
It's basically whenever young people decide that they want to change their sex, they want to go from woman to man or man to woman, the consequences that come down with it. And boy, oh boy, the stories are sad. They're horrible. And worst of all, the consequences are permanent. They are absolutely permanent. It's not something that can be resolved or fixed. Once
In
you
quotations,
he went back
the surgery
like that.
destroyed my life. I cannot orgasm, have children, or lead a normal sex life, and I miss my genitals every day. So what?
do it,
So what?
Let me make a fucking gif that I can like come back around.
You know how many people are enjoying their life after
No.
all that
Billy.
good stuff?
No,
You make
Mr.
choices.
Fragile
You make choices and you live with them. I know that McDonald's destroyed my life.
once you make that choice, you're screwed. And unfortunately, one of the
can't
parts
orgasm.
of growing up in this world is,
I'm not
and
going to make you
life,
stop eating Happy Meals.
is that you're going to make mistakes. You're going to do things that you're going to regret. But usually a lot of mistakes that people make in life, we're
Austin
able to find
Wardell asks, is he man or is he walrus? Yes.
Both.
forgiveness and redemption, and we can have second chances, but not with this. This is not something that you get a second chance on. This is
It's not something that you get a second chance on.
It's not something that comes with forgiveness.
It's not something that comes with
I like how compassionate the right is for trans people when it comes to detransitioning.
Yes.
They're so compassionate.
Isn't that weird?
They're so compassionate.
If you stop being trans, then, we love you.
You know how
all of
much
a
I
sudden.
care about trans people when it's time for them to transition back.
Either because
Up
rarely,
until that point, I think they're disgusting, and I won't then let them piss in the same
Dude,
bathroom with
he
me.
Brett used to host YouTube Hangouts with a woman named Nadia, who was a trans woman. And he would use Nadia as a shield when it was like, oh, you just hate trans people. But then he'd be like, later on, he'd be like, Nadia, you know that man. Like, he would do that. He would flip both sides of it.
I expect that from Brett
in a
Keane.
really gross, disgusting, slimy kind of way.
I didn't realize that you guys were counting genders with that 1 if by land, 2 if by sea, but 3 is for the manatee.
Is for
and
the
manatee is the third gender.
Yep.
I didn't realize that until just now.
do people who detransition forgive themselves, nor are forgiven by those that love them for what they
Is
choose
Ollie
to do with themselves.
London the one that transitioned into a K-pop person?
Yeah, I hate that guy. Yeah, he found a new grift is what happened.
Oh.
Everyone, get us to 400 because I already got the booze ready. I just need you to take it to the next level.
Yeah, turn those boos into booze.
Boo! Boo!
Boo! Ben cannot drink without
Ben
more
cannot
donos.
run for mayor someplace else.
One of the things that when I grew up, that we were taught was that you need to learn how to love yourself. It's hard enough for a straight person or a person who is defined as normal to be able to come to closure in their life where they can say, you know what, I've learned, I've did things, I've lived this life. It's not until you get much older till some things start making sense and other things just get even more strange and weird as they go along.
I think I'd be open to the influencer boxing with Brett again. I'm listening to him. I'm listening to him struggle to even work a sentence out. And even though I think Brett is probably bigger than me, I think I could take Brett out like it's nothing.
You could definitely box his GIF on repeat.
I want at least
from one alcoholic to another.
Hey, fat old guy knows how to feed into an
almost
addiction.
there. Thank
Cheers.
you.
$15 away so Ben can get another sipper.
Dude, if there were, my only demand is 6 months because once I know it's on, there's nothing stopping me because I am obsessive.
I want 9 months so that I can see my son be born before Brett murders me.
The ball's in your court, Brett.
Come on, Brett. Grow up. Fight Ben.
But you
I'll still
need to realize if you're making a decision that you know is going to be permanent, you need to realize and be taught and educated on what those consequences are.
I guarantee you he's laying on his back here.
Anytime you're about to make a decision with anything, you should always really evaluate and balance out. Whether you're religious or a non-believer, you need to think about what you're about to do or what you may have planned. Is it worth it? Is the consequences worth
the consequences
everything that you're going to lose from it? And what is it that you're going to gain in the process?
Yeah. By the way, we're talking about him right now. He's going to make a video like saying a bunch of dumb shit and obfuscating. But if Brett was really real and on the level in these days of in influencer boxing, we could make it happen. I guarantee you me boxing Brett could actually gain some viewers. Old school viewers that hadn't viewed DP in forever, me and Brett in the ring.
Come on, Brett. What do you want? 10 grand?
You know what? I don't think he could handle it.
Brett, 10 grand.
10
Come
grand.
on.
Let's do it.
Well, today I'm going to share with you a story of a young person who decided to make a decision that cost them. A 19-year-old boy was put on hormone drugs after a 30-minute doctor's consultation and had genital removal surgery just months later after being made to feel he was trans and having doctors convince him this was the only...
Brett made a video of him laying on his back talking and then put a fake chair behind him and a fake microphone in front of him. I want to do a whole show like this. Dude, I'm going to lay on that couch over there and I'm going to like lay there and record myself and put a fake. Oh my God.
There you go.
Dude. And the seams are going to be all like, where I'm like talking like this and be like that.
Only way. Daniel Black said the
that.
medical transition destroyed his life, and he misses his genital every day.
His genital?
Misses his genital every day.
Which genital?
He had even had breast implants, but has now had them removed after detransitioning. The surgery, this is the person quoted for this, the surgery destroyed my life. I cannot orgasm. I can never have children or lead a normal sex life, and I miss my genitals every day.
Oh.
This is that person. You see them at 16 in the middle of the imagery, the smaller picture. And then age 19, they went through this. I don't understand. Like,
I just want to point out Brett looks very small in his chair.
Yeah, I said that earlier.
Yeah.
How big the microphone is compared to him.
Yeah.
He's little baby Brett.
I guarantee you Brett is only about my height.
You think?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, why these doctors and these activists? Well, I suppose there's a lot of money involved, and the controversy brings them a lot of publicity, and with publicity comes clicks and views, and with clicks and views...
Ben. Brett's grip strength is comparable to Jared's, and his
Jared's?
gravitational pull can get close to 5 Gs in extreme cases.
10 more bucks. Help me out. I'm an alcoholic. I need another shot. I'm going to die. Oh, dude, I'm almost dead. I'm going to have a seizure. Oh, God.
Comes money. Billions of dollars are in the medical system for doing this. The government is trying to figure out how to actually tax humanity. The entire...
I love how Brett can kind of read the room, though, and he's like, well, they don't like the trannies anymore, so I'm going to make a video about how the trannies are evil.
Gotta get some of that DeSantis money.
Yep, that's what he's doing.
Country tax us so people can have these kind of regrets and make these kind of decisions in their life. It's interesting, isn't it? The government doesn't bend over backwards or do shit for American soldiers, and they're easily forgotten. They're the true heroes. They're the true people who have put their life on the line and done great things in order to do what they call for democracy and our freedoms.
Democracy.
But so many times we hear about American soldiers who are blowing their brains out while they're sitting outside of their hospital or end up dying before they ever get any kind of treatment. But the Democratic liberal government is going out of their way to try to make it to where parents can get in trouble, legal trouble, if they don't allow their kids who might be having some hormone issues at the time
to drink. It's a want, not a need you to be. Figure it out.
Thank you, sir. I don't
I'll take
yet.
A shot with you. Love you.
Cheers.
Love you too, random guy. Where everybody knows your name.
Ba, 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 ba. I went to one of those dueling piano bars, and we put the Cheers song, and I got goosebumps because they just they didn't even need to look it up. They're like,
Yeah, they know almost all the
those
TV
guys are
sitcom
very
stuff.
talented.
I had a buddy named Curtis who was from Battle Cam, and he would come on and just sit there and do whatever people said. And I'd always make him play the Rugrats song. I'd be like, play Rugrats.
That was
He'd do
written
it.
by
Mark Mothersbaugh.
Devo.
From Devo.
Yep.
Not Debo, not Zeus Tiny
From
Lister.
Ohio, by the way.
Mark Mothersbaugh?
Devo's from Ohio. There was actually an Akron, Ohio, or maybe it was Dayton. There was an Ohio like new wave scene that was huge, where a lot of like bands came out of it, and Devo was like the biggest one. We even had that. It's funny. There was an article written in Rolling Stone back in the day when I was in a band in Toledo, and they were like, Toledo's the new Seattle when it came to music.
Oh wow!
And we had a couple bands that made it big, but not like Seattle.
You know who else is from Ohio? Remember last night when I
don't feel a kinship with the rest of Ohio, though.
Remember last night when I was racially insensitive towards the Sheen family, saying they had Mexican heritage?
Martin is from Dayton.
He's from Dayton, Ohio.
Yep. But their parents are from Spain.
Yes.
And Spaniard Spanish is very different than Mexican Spanish. There's a lot of more. There's a lot of like lisping.
Barcelona.
Yep. Yeah. I worked in a call center.
Ohio.
I worked in a call center in Albuquerque where the whole reason they even made it was to hire a bunch of Spanish-speaking people, and they even like separated the lispy Spanish-speaking people and made them like supervisors instead, so they could get off the phones because that shit was like offensive to all of the like Mexican and Central American people that were calling in.
They're like, nope.
Yeah, we don't want to hear this lispy shit.
We don't. We're not paying our phone bill
they do
if
like
a lisper's
"Sí,
talking to us.
Spanish do like "sí, señor."
Sí, señor.
Yeah, like
chop
that.
themselves up. Isn't that amazing? Why is that? And our liberal government is actually pushing this idea that you're a hero, that you're brave, and you should take pride in yourself if you mutilate yourself and take away all your reproductive ability and also the enjoyment and pleasure from sex. I couldn't imagine that, ladies and gentlemen. For 46 years,
I think there's a lot of women who marry into Christianity and immediately have the joy taken away from sex. Too.
Nobody marries Brett because they enjoy sex. Brett is a less than genuine lover.
What if Brett eats it like a
he doesn't.
chicken, like a chicken?
He doesn't.
Taco?
He can't even get out of bed. Okay, if she sits on his face, maybe.
Yeah. What if she goes down into like fart stool position?
If she sits on his face, maybe he's like a master, but I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think. And let me tell you why I don't think. They only have 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And when a woman sits on your face, first
you can't
of
make
all,
kids do that.
Hold on. She sits on your face and you do a good enough job. First of all, she's getting hot. Second of all, you're getting hot. Your dick's getting hard while she's sitting on your face.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next logical step is she's jumping on that dick. That hard dick from you, like slurping on her shit.
But what if?
And she shut up with this. What if? I think this is gross.
What if Brett likes to pull out?
I don't want your what if.
What if Brett's pull-out game is so
I don't like your
strong?
what if. Your what if is
Okay,
unnecessary.
tell us more about Brett's sex life.
I'm not going to tell you about it.
Please, Ben. I was just getting hard.
I don't like your what if.
I was just getting
I
hard.
don't like your what if.
What if Brett's pull-out game is so strong?
What if?
And I could not imagine what it would be like being a teenager and having my shit chopped off and not ever being able to feel an orgasm from my wife. Being able to really feel what's going on sexually, to be able to have that kind of bond, which is given directly from God himself.
God gave my wife orgasms.
I need God to put his fingers in my booty hole before I can come.
Good God.
That pleasure, that feeling, that bliss, that joy, when 2 people are able to combine in love.
Yeah, I remember like when I was a teenager, my girlfriend in high school, like who I first had sex with, she was like, "Oh, I hear men like it when they put a finger up their butthole." And she tried to do it to me, and I was like, I don't like that.
She was your first girlfriend?
Yeah, I lost the
I'd be
beat
like,
to her.
look, girl.
No. Like,
look, girl,
she
I don't
was
need
like-
you to invent new things. This is my first time. Keep
No,
your fingers out of
She
it.
didn't try it the first time, but like later on, she was kind of like, hey, let's do this. And I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I do not like it. I do not like it.
But The problem is when you're a young person.
It was not right off the bat. And like she had had experiences before and I had none, and we had like a weird thing when I was 16. But then she was like, let's do the butthole play. I think she was just evil.
Maybe.
Because she wanted to like wreck my butt.
Yeah, I refused to talk to
No,
women.
she was not an older lady. She was like my age.
Women are disgusting, so I just don't talk to
Maybe
them.
like 5 months older than me.
They're icky.
Person, you don't even know what love is. You don't even fully.
Women don't love like
comprehend it.
men do.
You know what a crush is. You know what it's like to love your little puppy that's laying next to you in the bed at night, but you don't have a clue what it is that you're giving up. And of course, when you're a kid, you're not really thinking about things like, oh, I can't wait to have a family one day. I can't wait to be a father or a daughter, because you yourself as a child, you're still trying to figure yourself out. But after you go and do this whole surgery thing, you don't even get a chance to think about it anymore. You won't be having children. You won't be having.
You can have children in
babies.
other ways.
You won't be.
Like if you have a couple and one of the two of you can like create a child like through fertilization, you can do that. Or you can find a surrogate or anything.
Be able to have.
And we need people to take care of these kids who have no one who want to take care of them.
The nuclear
And we need
family.
people to
Nuclear.
We need people to be allowed to make their own mistakes, so they can also have the opportunity to make things that'll make their life better. Just because we have some stories of people who are having a rough time doesn't mean we got to cut it off for everybody else. Maybe somebody had a terrible situation, but that does not mean other people aren't being helped.
Yeah,
by it.
like if there's a problem with people being a fat shit because of Brett Keane, should we make that illegal? No.
Yeah. Oh no.
That a lot of people
It's illegal.
strive to go for. Nothing.
Brett, let's stand toe to toe in the ring.
Heart to heart.
This could affect.
We could set it up. I know people, Brett.
Your career as well.
Make a video about me, like all you want. Let's do it. Not in your backyard, not after a Thanksgiving dinner. Let's do it after 6 months of training. Let's see who drops.
What if you wanted to be an actor? What if you wanted to be someone where your body is actually seen all the time and you've ruined yourself? We've been seeing this go on with celebrities for the longest time. I notice there's a lot of millionaires and billionaires out there in the celebrity department who think that this is such a great idea. Now remember, these are the same dumb bastards who do constant surgery to their own face just so they can give the appearance that they're young, but it never makes them look younger. It makes them look like a fucking alien or a Martian.
Some of them look young. It's
Or
weird.
a Martian.
It's weird that Roseanne Barr looks better than Madonna does right now. But some of them
weird.
look young.
I just learned a new Keanism. O-R, the word or is R to him. A-R-E. Are a Martian.
Their face
Or
up.
a Martian.
I don't know
or
how
a
many of you have
marshmallow.
looked at what young Madonna looks like compared to what she looks like now, but
Of course, Madonna doesn't look good. Well, she fucked herself up. I want to say, like, when I was a kid, Madonna was, like, one of the most beautiful women on earth. Like, they put her everywhere, and it was like, oh, yeah, she's fucking gorgeous. Yeah, but Brett Keane's point.
she looks like a fucking goldfish.
Yeah, because she aged, and she got fucking bad surgery. Like, I'm guessing Madonna's like has hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank, and
Sure.
she could not get good surgery. She looks awful.
I think some people get addicted to surgeries and it fucks them up. I don't know if that's the case with her. I've heard
I think
that
so.
in history.
She's not attractive anymore, and it's disgusting.
Okay, good
Just
for you.
because she's not attractive doesn't mean we wouldn't still smash.
I feel so sorry for this kid. This kid didn't even, they say that children should have a choice, but a choice in what? What does it mean whenever you tell a child that they're not going to be able to have children? Are they honest with these kids? Do they tell them whenever they're talking to them for 30 minutes? Did you know that if we cut your wiener off, you're not going to be able to orgasm? If we sew up your vagina?
Well, they only had 30 minutes to convince this kid to transition.
I'm pretty sure people who had their wiener cut off can still orgasm. They kind of like, that's like part of the surgery.
I think the butt cherry's always there, right?
Well, I think like even like
won't be able.
I don't want to get into it.
I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
Baby, you will be on this kind of shit for as long as life continues. Why don't these people tell them that gender dysphoria is not permanent? That sooner or later, the alternative is just live through it, and you'll grow out of it sooner or later.
Why do you care, Brett?
If you put people on all kinds of medicine.
Why don't we show you laying in your bed on your back? Why does there need to be a 3-layer, like there's a fake chair, I'm on my bed in my back with the green sheets, and then a fake microphone.
I'll tell you what, though, the vaccine really messed up the left's stance on our body, our choice. It's because now, whenever we're like, dude, it's our body, our choice, the right's like, you made us wear masks. And we're like, oh.
Body.
This is not going to be an easy summer.
You will not be able to adapt. They will not be able to accept it naturally. The medicine's doing all kinds of shit to their bodies, and it makes them fucked up in the head. Have you listened to some of these people who are on all these medicines? How many of you out there have watched some videos of these people who want to be transgenders or who are transgenders? Only a very rare few are coherent and can talk where you can actually understand them. Most of them, it's like watching a Bill and Ted movie.
Yeah, and we've seen people go to MAGA rallies. It's like watching a Bill and a Ted Nugent movie.
Ted's Big Adventure. They're incoherent. They're goofy. They don't make sense. And they don't seem to be very mature. They can't have conversations without going into tirades and crying and getting all fucking emotional. You can't give them facts or evidence because of this.
Brett's right about people not being coherent. If people aren't coherent, they shouldn't be able to speak. Brett.
Young people, as well as those out there who are mentally ill, they depend on us. They depend on adults to do the right thing, to protect them from bad decisions and bad choices. The thing about a child is a child.
Woo! Look at him. He's taking it off. Take it off.
It's too hot.
Take it off. It's getting
too hot
in here. What's your shirt?
It's too hot. It's too hot in here.
Yeah, normally has the same hoodie every time.
It's too hot in here.
Yeah, it's a hot night. All right, we'll get back to it.
Bill and Ted, O'Reilly and Nugent.
Understand what it means.
Excellent adventure.
They don't think ahead. Why can't I go run around in the street? Why can't I go act goofy and all that? Why can't I do drugs with my friends? Why can't I go out and hang out with my girlfriend on this day?
Now it looks like you're sitting in Brett's lap.
They don't teach their children and say no to their kids because they hate them or despise them or want them to be something that they're not. Parents do that to protect their kids because they love them. They love them for who they are.
Hot.
And now society is saying, no, your parents are evil. They're abusing you, and they deserve to be fucking arrested for telling you no.
Ben's going to take another shot and might just start riding Brett's lap. If at 3 shots it's kissy mouth, 4 shots might be double penetration. The real DP.
Something that can destroy your entire life. Imagine that you might make it to 30 years old because sadly a lot of these people, even when they do their transgender thing, even when they successfully get chopped up and then go home to be whatever fetish that they deluded themselves to believe.
So you were about to pull a chicken bone out from under your ass. Like Brett left a pile of chicken in his lap.
He did.
In their lives. It's because no matter how many times you cut on somebody,
Brett called Mao Zedong Zyota Dong as a cis male.
Zyota dog can't comprehend. There's no comprehension with Zyota dog.
if a person ain't right inside mentally and spiritually, if a
Uncle
person
Day
hasn't
Dog.
learned how to
Uncle Day
love
Dog.
themselves, cutting them up and altering their appearance is not going to fix the bleeding that is inside their soul. And a lot of these kids end up dead. Yet our system and our government, our broken government that is filled with corruption, is constantly trying to be the babysitter, constantly wanting to be in control. But why? When the end game is pain, suffering, and death almost every single time. Give it about 5 or 10 more years, ladies and gentlemen, and you're going to notice a lot of these type of people, they're going to destroy themselves, and all the medications they're souped up to do, they're going to hurt other people as well. It's causing massive problems to their brains. That's what this medicine does, ladies and gentlemen. It affects their hormones, their aggressive tendencies, and on top of it, it alters who they see themselves as. It screws with their brain. It's no wonder we keep hearing about all this sexualization and sick shit.
All right, I have to go pee really quick. I'm going to put you full screen. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it would be great if Ben came back to another shot after emptying his bladder. Let's fill that thing back up again. Ask me any questions. I'll tell you only the purest, most honest answers. There are no lies left in my body. I've sweat them all out. Might as well be on a truth serum right now. Get a disgustingly truthful answer to any question you may have. Hey, guys, says, how you doing, Billy? I'm actually doing terrible. I put my back out somehow yesterday. I could barely walk down the stairs to get into the studio today. I'm sweating. I'm experiencing shortness of breath. It's about time for me to take another hit of this inhaler. I might be dying, actually, to be honest with you. You asked the wrong question. But I'm here, live, Drunken Peasants podcast. But Jesus saves you. He did to me. Well, thank you, Michael Bastis. Tell Jesus to do something about this back for me, aight?
When somebody tells me about their gender, I react the same as when they tell me about their soul. Cool fucking story, bruh. P.S. Feel better, Billiard.
Thank you, Frank and Pinky. Yeah, I barely care enough about my own gender. I will love and respect you if I feel like you're a good human being. Otherwise, I'll just try my best to not piss you off, because I always win pissing contests, and I don't feel like I need a victory over somebody who I don't respect. I don't fight with people I don't respect. So if I'm fighting with you right now, Stabby McHugs, you prick, it's because I respect you. Psych. How'd you put your back out? I have no idea. I went to the chiropractor yesterday. I've been going to the chiropractor multiple times a week for this car accident. The car accident put my back out 6 months ago, and I've been nursing it back, and something happened this week that just has me feeling destroyed right now. I woke up this morning. Maybe I slept on it wrong. Maybe I lifted something I can't remember. I don't think I did, but Billy, what do you think of Reuben's sandwiches? They're very good. My mother is a big fan of them.
The kraut is the best part of the Reuben.
There's two types of Reubens, right?
Corned beef.
Yeah.
Sauerkraut. What, like Monterey Jack or cheddar?
I think
or
they usually
Swiss?
do Monterey.
Swiss, maybe?
Colin Costco says dick size, Billy.
On marble rye.
Mine? Mine's perfect.
These people are not even stable enough to realize that what they're doing to children right now out in public is absolutely wrong. It's like their morality went right out the fucking window.
I think Elisa Jordana would be a fun IRL stream right now. I don't know who else is going. I think Elisa is a fun one, though. She
Hit us
brings
up with the
interesting energy.
450, guys. 450.
Elisa's show can be chaotic, psychotic. It can be very different. It's got all the elements of entertainment.
I do want to admit, when I was like in early 20s, I had a crush on Elisa Jordana, like most Stern viewers did, right? Like
I
we
don't
all
know.
did. We're like, how did Benji get that? We're like, how the fuck did Benji get that? Is what we all did.
I never really watched.
You were not a Stern
on the radio or anything. I watched.
We were
it.
like, Benji was the big loser in the studio, and then all of a sudden he brought a hot girl.
Stern.
I watched it on when they had the edited down version.
Need to become strong parents who stand up for what is right and not get intimidated by our own children. We can't allow the law to tell us what is right and wrong. Just because something is a law, just because something is legal, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's right. We can't let the government bully us into how we raise our children. Now, that's all I got to say, ladies and gentlemen. I feel so bad for these young people out here who've been mutilated and destroyed.
Poor people.
You know, it wasn't so long ago, before I end this video, that the Democrats and liberals have been claiming about overpopulation, that if the world continues to populate, then we're going to be all in trouble, while at the same time screaming and crying about climate change. Well, maybe this is their way of resolving what they seem to think is a problem. Maybe that's why this seems so...
Oh, you're saying like they want women to think they're men and men to think they're women to like stop populating the earth. It's like this weird conspiracy.
Maybe our climate change will be changed now if everybody's sitting down to piss. Half the flushing means half of the water wasted.
Like, they want these kids not to be able to have children, and there lies in the solution to no longer populating humanity if you cut off their parts. Convince them that they don't need their reproduction ability anymore.
You don't have to cut off their parts, though. You can just make them all undesirable. You can make them all like Nick Fuentes, unfuckable fucking losers. Both sides are making people undesirable. The good thing about that is more people in the middle are realizing everybody's crazy and all they have is the ability to fuck and reproduce. Bring a child into this world, because the more children you bring into this world, the more debt gets shared by other people, and the less we have on our hands. Let's lower the national debt for every person by doubling our population.
I want to remind everyone tonight we are doing a live review, the final live review of ISOM. What's ISOM to you, Billy?
$3.7 million with a follow-up $1.5 million.
They do well.
They do fairly well. Some people would say that this ISOM character sucks, but I think he's made Eric July a decent amount of money.
A lot of money.
Eric July only might be scamming charities. We're not sure if he actually is.
That wasn't part of his charity to give the comic to like little kids.
He did a
so like the charity
fundraiser.
was buying the comic to give it to somebody else.
I think he's selling them at like $17 a piece from the charity. And then the comic book companies that do the charities are like, we really don't need more books. We really need money to ship these books. We have a ton of books in our warehouse and we can't afford to ship them. Please don't. Please send money. Which makes me think maybe this comic book charity just wants money so they can fill their pockets. Maybe it's all bad. Who knows?
Let's check out this shit. Oh, hold on, not that.
After decades of booming growth, the commercial real estate industry...
not this one.
A federal judge has severely limited Biden officials and their dealings with social media companies in a sweeping ruling that is a huge win for free speech advocates.
She's wearing a doily, by the way.
And those who say their
I want to
content
put my
is being
coffee down on her
unfairly
chest.
squelched by the federal government. A federal judge setting off a different kind of 4th of July
My
fireworks
tea.
Tuesday, accusing the Biden administration of censoring free speech,
What the heck?
blocking several officials and government agencies from contacting social media companies. The ban stems from a lawsuit.
This is where Jeff got banned from Twitter. Before Elon came back, he was holding the sign pee pee poo poo out front of Twitter and got banned for life.
Jack Dorsey did not like that.
Brought by the attorneys general of Louisiana and Missouri, accusing the White House of trying to influence social media posts on platforms like Facebook and Twitter. The Republican AGs claim the administration was violating the First
And now
Amendment,
Elon is
working
suing-
with tech companies to
Is writing up a lawsuit to Meta over this new Threads app because he's saying they stole secret tech data for Threads.
Nope.
And
They make it
copied
all
their
public.
property.
flag and remove conservative posts about topics ranging from COVID-19 to election interference. The administration claims they were trying to tamp down what they say was harmful disinformation. The DOJ is currently reviewing the case, and for now, the judge is allowing government officials to flag posts to prevent criminal conduct or national security threats. Meta platform.
The NYPD Hate Crimes Task Force now looking for the man behind a disgusting act
Look at
on
this.
the Upper West Side. Police say the man you see here entered the building on West 95th Street a couple of weeks ago and defecated on a pride flag and then wiped himself with the flag before running off onto Amsterdam Avenue. Nobody was physically hurt. Now to another investigation.
If I had to choose between the pride flag not being shit on and having a shitty ass, I don't know what I would do in that
I'd
moment.
probably wipe my ass with the flag.
I don't want to. I don't want to. If he, like, obviously, like, I assume he was being a shithead about it.
I want to know your take on this. So this happens here in Washington. These people bought their property, and it used to be across the street from an empty field, but now that field is native land. It got reclassified as native land, where they get to do whatever the fuck they want all night. So
Lots of people across the Bay Area, us included, still talking about the 4th of July fireworks that we saw and heard last night. You can be sure that not all
maybe this isn't it, because she said Bay Area.
the
Let me
fireworks
find the other
were
one.
legal. In fact,
I'm just saying I
illegal
would wipe my
fireworks
ass with
are
any
already
flag
being linked to several incidents,
and not
to
think
mention
about the
keeping
nationality
early
or
birds and pets
meaning behind the
awake
flag
late into
if it
the
meant
night.
my shitty asshole got cleaned. That's all I'm saying.
Today in the Bay's Ginger Conejero Saab live in San Francisco. Ginger, no matter where you were, you probably heard them last night. We were just talking about having to sleep with earplugs in. How'd you sleep?
I was going to say, Chris, I wish I borrowed some of those earplugs if you had extra ones lying around, because it was tough. You could definitely hear them if you didn't see them. My kids had quite some trouble sleeping, falling asleep and staying asleep, because really wherever you were, you did have a big chance of hearing those big fireworks.
Boom.
From our part of San Francisco last night. This was the scene, some of those illegal fireworks. Once the sun went down, it felt like the fireworks, well, they went up. And at one point, you just had to choose which direction to look at, and you'll see a fireworks display. This is also video from San Francisco last night. Take a look.
Here's the weird thing. In Washington, like I told you, like it was land divided. And then the natives were like, oh, you don't like it? We're going to do it all night. So
A neighborhood fed up with fireworks. Those responsible saying it's legal, that they're being singled out
That's legal.
unfairly. It may not be the 4th yet, but things in the South Sound are already explosive tonight. And while our crew was there to report on all this, they actually saw the two sides going back and forth firsthand.
The Iron Chicanery says if someone gave you some holy books, would you wipe your ass with them? Book of Mormon, the Torah, the King James Bible, Billy. I know I would myself. If I had no other way to wipe, I would. But I don't think that book paper would feel good on my butt. I would hope I just have access to toilet paper, and whatever I wiped with, I would probably rather wipe with like somebody's socks.
Shout out to Nia Wong holding it down.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Matthew Smith.
And I'm Nia Wong. Fox 13's Zach Anders tells us things are at a boiling point. Frankly, there's nothing illegal happening. So
This guy
what's
looks
the
like
problem
he
here?
does videos with Onision.
Well, on one side of the road, it's Pierce County. On the other side, sovereign tribal land that the Puyallup tribe reacquired several years ago. Now it's used to sell fireworks.
You saying he looks like Sear a little bit?
Not exactly like Sear, but like somebody who would be in a video with Onision.
It's gather every
He looks
day.
like an Onision type.
It's creating
And this
a
is
lot
in
of noise.
Seattle.
From the Puyallup tribe.
Yeah.
2:30 in
the
the
Puyallups at 2:30 in the morning.
We've got an up-
Oh shit. The Puyallups are lighting this shit off at 2:30 in the morning. It's hilarious.
Every day, it's creating a lot of noise.
From the Puyallup tribe.
Yeah, I'm not going to wipe with leaves if there's perfectly good Bible paper around.
Fireworks because they can.
So you figure, like yesterday, 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning, it sounded like a war going on.
About a dozen homes and a few acres of fireworks stands. Welcome to the new neighborhood.
This is the Puyallup tribe's firecracker alley. This is only the second year it's been at this site.
Just all of this that
Yeah, because they get to sell it there where it's normally
Yeah.
illegal.
came up, it just popped up.
My
real
family
quick,
would
and-
go up to Boom City all the time growing up, and that's up in Marysville by the Tulalip, and we would go to Boom City and get bullshit all the time.
And it's been nothing but a mess ever since. All the traffic, so much more traffic.
Pierce County set up a line.
I love his shirt.
Line.
M&M shirt
for illegal
Yeah.
fireworks.
Is he an orange M&M?
It's a peanut M&M, I think.
You call it, it goes right to the tribal police. They say, no, you got to call, Pierce County. So you call Pierce County. They said, no, you got to talk to, tribal police. So we're just getting a big runaround.
Even with a hotline, it wouldn't matter. The sheriff's office tells us that on that side of the road, they have absolutely no jurisdiction, and that the county's fireworks ordinance that limits blasting off to just the 4th of July just doesn't apply to them.
I know if Honest Red was here, he'd be like, based. Because it's Injuns shooting their fucking fireworks off. You're gross, Honest Red. Move back to your country.
They're making some money.
We can't go anywhere because we're afraid that fireworks are going to hit our house. Definitely, our property value's already decreased. We got
Well, they
things
should
from
have gone to the
other day,
neighborhood
so-
and hit that
Look at
cross-dresser
them.
house.
I love them. Like, look at this big dude over here.
He had some fry bread, I bet.
And from the tribe,
Nice.
This dude's the tribal elder right here. Listen to his.
there's no
response.
contesting that these blasts have been happening all day. Puyallup Tribal Council member Fred Dillon shares
He
a
looks so
different
happy.
view.
My issue, what I understand is, just we're moving, we're getting our land back, and maybe some neighbors here are not too comfortable with that. I would ask the question of Tacoma. This is not the only place that's lighting fireworks.
He's saying we're just getting our land back.
I think I believe that we're doing the best that we can to make sure that we contain as much as lighting the fireworks off.
Waking up kids, waking up the dogs. Is there more that could be done to make sure that you're? If they need to be good neighbors, being a good neighbor to them.
Do you know how many of my ancestors had to wake up to your bullshit?
Did have a lighting zone. It was pretty insane. It was a pretty good show every night. So, with what we're lighting off now and what's being lit off now is pretty minimal.
Councilmember Dillon says it's one-sided
I like how they're all waving.
to single out this tribe and this location.
We don't see no one really focusing on everywhere else. We have, like I said, we have a state fireworks stand on 72nd Portland Ave in the Safeway parking lot that we have, selling fireworks there. We don't see none of this publicity or none of this stuff
Fun
happening
fact,
to anybody.
humans are the only animals to have a need to clean our asses after we poop solely due to our species' bodacious booty cheeks.
Yeah, our booty cheeks really changed the world.
Buddy out there.
We got thicky thickums.
Now, we just heard from a neighbor just a few minutes ago that said that one of the tribal members has come to the home and allegedly said, we're going to burn your home down. Now, we haven't confirmed any of
Yeah,
that.
it
He said
sounds
they've
like
called
Karen making a lie call.
911, and that the row in front of their house tonight is just filled with cars because they're having a fireworks night. Now,
Your
Councilmember
officer, they
Dillon
said they were
says
gonna
they'd be
come
willing
burn
to
our
sit
home
down with
down.
the neighbors and hear their
Shut 'em
concerns.
down.
We asked another tribe official if anything
Cut
was
it
being done.
down.
any effort to stop people from firing off fireworks after midnight at least. We have not heard back, but as soon as we do, we'll update that story on our website, fox13.com. From the newsroom tonight, Zach Anders, Fox 13 News.
There you go.
Everybody likes his anime eyes. Can we all just get along?
Dude, let me know. He lets out a fart. Cobes, he lets out a fart here, and it is epic.
He might need a flag.
Listen to this. It might be edited, but it sounds real.
I don't know if that's real, but
it sounds real.
It might be. The acoustics don't seem legit, but maybe.
And then he goes out the front door instead of into the bathroom.
Kaylee thinks that's real. Kaylee is a fart aficionado. I'm just wondering, I need to hear him talk from the door to compare the microphone pickup from that area.
Kobe's or Jared?
Cobes. I did Cobes cooking well before I ever ate Jared's cooking. I don't think
I hate that choice.
I don't think I could sit down with Jared in any capacity.
What up, YouTube? We're back at it like we never left. We're just chilling out, doing our thing. The fans donated to see a drinking stream, so I got a 6-pack of
Buddy Luddies.
25 more bucks before the next shot, by the way.
I'm thinking some IBC Black Cherry Soda Pop.
Bug sandwich.
With some
I wouldn't
Bud
eat a bug
Lights.
sandwich. No. I think I'd have to.
There was the sandwich where he put like the freeze dried bugs onto it, and then there was the sandwich where like I can't even say it because I'm gonna puke.
Instagram last night tried to recommend pork brains in milk to me.
I saw that.
I was like, "What the hell, dude?"
Wasn't it Ricky Berwick though?
No, it wasn't. It was Ricky Berwick was just below the ad. It was like it was like you have the ads in level. Kaylee, the fart expert, donated.
Gotta be
$10
Streamlabs,
to
Kaylee.
Streamlabs.
Gotta
The
be
super chat.
Streamlabs.
The fans who donated to see a drinking stream. Yeah. I got a 6-pack of Bud Light, so I ended up smashing it for the whole video. That's whatever. I think the first beer should just be straight beer and no combo. What do you think?
No.
I went and got a 6-pack of
What are you
Bud
gonna combo
Lights
with this
and-
beer, Ben?
Drink the beer first and then combo it up.
And I appreciate it, man. The fans wanted a drinking stream. They asked on my last stream, Cobra, how much for a drinking stream? And I says, well, you throw $50 in my account, I could probably make it work. That gave me money for other things too, so I really do appreciate that.
Oh.
Beer is for 21 and up.
21 and up.
Because I live in Wyoming, we're pretty big on our alcohol down here, man. And I never once saw a Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light can. Never saw it.
Because only
I
Dylan
bought
Mulvaney
several
saw
tall
them, right?
cans.
They gifted Dylan Mulvaney cans with Dylan Mulvaney on it as like a weird congratulations gimmick. They didn't actually sell any Dylan Mulvaney cans anywhere.
And I never once saw a Dylan Mulvaney can, and quite frankly, I didn't give a shit. I have friends and family who are a part of LGBTQ+, so I'm going to support.
If you suck dick
the
for crack,
rainbow.
are you part of LGBTQ+?
That's why I'm part of it.
I just don't know.
Okay, I'm a straight.
If you suck dick in an alley, does that make you an ally?
I'm
Logically
yeah,
male
an alley
ally.
lie.
If I got persecuted for liking double D titties, I'd be like, well, this ain't fair. Women are allowed to like dudes with big biceps, and nobody says shit. Pride Month definitely took an interesting turn. with our ice cream loving president hosting a social at the White House for LGBTQ, which I think is just awesome. You know, you had some chick flashing.
There you go, Kaylee coming through. Ben's going to have another sippy sip, drippy drip
There you
shot.
go.
Thank you, Kaylee. I believe that you are a fart aficionado now. Grazie. Oh.
Hits. And I'm like, look, if I want to go up to the White House and flash my dick and balls
Sipper Ben
to
over
protest rape against men and to celebrate my biological gender, that shit wouldn't fly. I'd be thrown on a list and thrown in prison for indecent exposure. I can't even imagine $100,000. To me, that's just, you know what I'm saying? That's, wow. Dude, if I had $27 billion, I could do so much good for the world. I could build my
If he had
clock tower
$27
dream
billion,
house,
Cobes would do
start my
so
own
much
toy
good for the
company,
world.
get my book published, you know. The fans donated for a drinking stream. They're like, how much for a drinking stream? And I'm like, I named my price. They delivered it. So I'm like, fucking A. Cheers. Because naturally, it's natural to want to hate sickos. You know what I'm saying?
Got her own Bud Light sponsorship. King Cobra JFS deserves one too.
Yeah, can we get Cobes a sponsorship? We need to get him a sponsorship and a scholarship.
What if someone's pronouns were a serial killer rapist?
What is how it works?
I'm just saying, fuck serial killers and fuck rape. I'm just saying. The idea of a trad wife triggers people. Like, what if she chooses that lifestyle? Who are you to judge? But let kids be kids, man. They're more precious than beer. I'll drink to
And
that.
Ozzy Osbourne.
I feel sorry for today's
Kids might be more precious than beer. But beer's so much better behind a glass.
Delicious.
You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you this. What if your kid identified as a cigarette?
In Catholicism, you only need them behind the sacristy.
I don't like that.
You know that word.
Smoker.
I don't like that.
Would you buy your kids cigarettes? Yeah, we'll do a drink combo on the second one. Fuck it.
What's the combo? Pork
The
brain
sound of
milk?
pissing off conservatives.
Got him. Cobes is a warrior for the left.
Drink combo time. I suppose we could do that.
That looks like a good beer.
Exposing
But no, it's just
yourself
Bud
to
Light.
kids
Poured with cherry.
is not appropriate. It's
Sody.
just beyond fucking disgusting, to be honest. If I had a 14-year-old daughter and she was being creeped on by one of her 14-year-old male classmates, no. 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 No, I would not date a trans person because I don't swing that way.
What way?
Men have stopped looking for
What
relationships.
way, Cobra?
He doesn't like peepees, I guess.
Let's harass Shabisky for a minute here. Here we go. Shabisky, what's something we can, let's say, what is the...
Look, I'm playing a video game, Benjamin. You see it? You see how good I'm doing?
He's so drunk.
You see that? You see that video game? Y'all see that?
Fuck. That guy cheated, obviously.
What's the first
Would I date a
element
cis person?
in the periodic table?
I'm marrying a cis person.
That guy. Look, it's just like. Oh,
And we're gonna have a cis baby.
cheaters.
Boo, downvote, boo,
Everybody in
boo.
this game is cheating. Especially the people that are subscribed to me. They're cheating extra.
Boo, boo, boo.
I know them. I see them in the chat. Ah!
I was about to dip, but then that sexy band guy came in here.
Yeah, BBB. Thank you, BBB. Coming through with that 10. You're not a ghost, Ben. I've told you that. How many times do I gotta tell you that? Rat Lord, how you doing, cool guy? Poop balls, you have poop balls, Sadie.
He's a cute boy.
Okay.
He's a very nice boy. Me and him are good buddies.
Relationships live from the lair. I'm just saying.
Me and him had like a crazy night that most people don't even know about. Where like we were at this bar in downtown Seattle, and outside of it there was like a whole like car of like indigenous people, like Salish people.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, well, we don't know what's going on. What are you guys doing tonight? And I'm like, well, you can come back to my place and we're all going to hang out. And we all like hung out down here. And there was like a whole group of like Salish indigenous people here that night. And we're drinking, and they left like a bottle of vodka. They're like, yeah, like, well, they probably didn't want to get pulled over for it too. But
They don't need that vodka after a long night being the one thing in the car that gets them locked
It
up.
was 4 girls and 1 guy, and the guy was like, we had to like talk him down a couple times because he was
From
like
jumping off of a ledge?
No, from like being a crazy fucker.
Oh.
Because he was like, oh, these girls are like my family, and I'm here. But he also said like, I have enough fentanyl to drop a rhino right now.
Yeah, that's too much.
And we were like, we don't care because we're not like, we don't want it. We don't like, we're not doing it.
And then it doesn't take that much fentanyl to drop a rhino.
And then he lay down on the ground and like slept for a little while. Then he got back up because I think he might have had a gun, but like.
This is why you invite people back to the house. Moments like this. This is life. This is living.
Well, he might have had a gun, but it never came out because I treated him with kindness and respect.
That's the one thing that'll keep a gun at bay. Kindness and respect.
Never. No, that's not true.
Not true?
No, it's. Come on, don't play with me, boy.
Ben, how did you keep that gun at bay?
Well, I thought he might have had one, but he was here to be a buddy, so like,
yeah,
we were all buddies.
Yeah,
you know,
the gun probably couldn't drop a rhino.
I actually put him in the chair here and let him argue with people in the server, and they might have thought it was me, but it was like a random native guy that was very like, he was like, what? He's like, you want me to argue with these people?
There's all those DMs where people were getting invited to your Fent parties. And it was him?
Yep.
They thought they
That
were
was
getting
him.
invited to your secret Fent parties.
Stop it, Billy. I can't handle it anymore.
It was him.
I can't do these secret Fent parties anymore. Can you help me escape this?
That guy had enough Fent to drop a rhino, Ben.
No.
He had enough Fent
It's
to
over.
drop a rhino.
No. I don't
You know
wanna
how
go
many
to
rhinos?
jail.
You
I
know
don't
how
wanna
many
go to
rhinos you could fit in this room? Maybe 2.
I fit at least 1 every day.
Me?
No.
Yeah. A rhino and a wino. The Drunken Peasants podcast.
Oh snap! Shots fired. Hawkeye wants us to hate each other.
Why?
Can we murder each other right now for Hawkeye?
No, my back is sore.
Oh, I see Egged. Egged, I'm not answering what you say to me anymore. I'm going to leave it up to my advocate. So, Egged, don't put anything towards me again from this point. I'm going to refer you to my advocate, and he's going to make himself known soon. And I'm the better son. Easily. I'm better looking. I like, look at me, Egged. I'm 42 years old. And you're 20 29?
He's 21 years. Poor
I
kid's
am
19
so
years old.
much better than you. It's Egged. It's that Morgan Fairchild. Did you know my mom was Morgan Fairchild?
Yeah, that's what I read on the dirt sheet.
So I have the most beautiful mom ever. Like, she is the most beautiful mom, right? Could you pick
Second most.
Oh.
To my mom.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll agree with you there, but
not like
Morgan
obviously
Fairchild
in the
is
Simpson
most
family.
fucking,
Morgan Fairchild,
like the hottest mom
is
ever.
a looker.
Yeah.
In all of Oklahoma, they're not going to find a woman hotter
Larry
than Morgan
Simpson
Fairchild.
went over to Europe, and he was over there doing it. My dad is the greatest man ever. He's just ashamed of who his son was. I can't even help that. He was out there in Europe in the Adriatic Sea helping poor fish that could have went extinct, and he met Morgan Fairchild. Dude, if you met Morgan Fairchild, I mean, like, she is gorgeous. It's my mom, Egged.
You talk about your mom
Morgan
a lot like
Fairchild.
Trump talks about his daughter.
You know what? I would fuck my own mom. I would fuck Morgan Fairchild. My own mom. Yes, I would. What? Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm the world heavyweight champion.
You could judge Ben, or you could donate another $45 and let Tequila be the judge.
Saying, man, if you're giving your kid the birds and the bees talk, it's a bit more appropriate for the parent to decide, oh, hey, when's too much, too much information, that kind of thing. Especially in today's school system. Kids are going to be curious. They're new to the world.
Egged, do you want to pick the better son? You don't even know the better son. Why don't you focus on your match coming up soon? Which, by the way, if you lose this match, you can't. Your currency in the account isn't going to count as much. You better win this match, because if you're hurt trying to cash in this currency in the account, it's not a sure thing, baby.
World, it's how it is. I hate pedophiles because I used to be a kid myself.
I'm opening up a restaurant. It's going to be like a breakfast restaurant that goes into brunch and dinner. It's called Dad Yokes, and it's every menu item is a dad joke. Like we're going to have
I'm going to pat little Eggin on the head. Good little brother. You've been making videos on my show for how long? How long have I been alive and been a good fucking man that you can't even compare to, Eggin? Your dad hooked up with Morgan Fairchild. Like, deal with it, bitch. Deal with it. Your dad was like, our dad is top level. Your dad was top level. He took Morgan Fairchild, our mom. And then he was like, oh, maybe I'll settle. Maybe I'll fuck this other bitch. And then there's Egged that came out of that. Wow, Egged.
Why is Egghead giving you the side eye right now?
Oh, he's mad. But I'll tell you what, Egged, this is the last you're ever going to hear from me. This is the last I'm going to react to you, because I have the Star Spangled Luchador to worry about. All right? I don't care what you have to say. I don't care what you have to say. My advocate is going to come out and tell you, from here to the end of July, summer scam, my advocate is now going to speak on my behalf, and you'll know who he is soon. So don't fuck around, bitch.
Dating should be between two consenting adults. Leave it at that. That are non-related, alive. And the same species and of age. I mean, that's automatically implied.
Spoiler alert, spoiler, Egged's all about the spoilers. Thank you, Egged, for ruining it for everyone.
But you have these...
Not a surprise, Dad and Mom didn't like you and hid you from everyone else. Not a surprise, Egged, that you, like, no one wants to have anything to do with you, and that I was the better son, and they hid you from me, because they didn't want you to retard my progress, Egged. They didn't want your ineffective progress to make me less of a man. All right? And look, I created the Drunken Peasants podcast, which you till this day simp to. So, like, what is it now?
That makes Egghead...
I thought about hiding his videos.
Egghead's the real simp
I'm like,
son.
oh, that's my retard brother sending me this shit to get onto DP. They're like, oh, my retard brother's has a wife that's getting banged by the Harlem Globetrotters. Wow. Dude, I'm done with this. I'm the world heavyweight champion. I'm done with it. Sorry, Billy. Sorry.
Depraved assholes who are trying to normalize sicko shit. And she'll say things like, she don't need no man in her life. And when women say crap like that, that's what inspired me to be like, you know what? Sex is not a need, it's a want. And fuck pedophiles. I'm sick of it. A man's value should not be valued by what he can provide or how much pussy he can get. That is such bullshit. That being said, YouTube, I
getting
tend to
pussy
feel
is a
sorry for
byproduct of
women.
how valuable a man is.
And if
Valuable men can't say no. Actually, it's the opposite of consent. Men in good positions in life, great men, it's impossible for them to turn it down every damn time.
They have
It's unfair.
periods,
It's completely unfair.
hysterectomies, menopause, and they give birth to children. You know, or if you're like me and you pretty much spend all day at home watching YouTube, then don't be in a rush to find some of age. It'll happen when it happens.
I don't think we should start referring to sexual conquests as of age. Just it was okay to just say find some girls, find some people who are like crass with it and say find some puss. That's crass, tacky, but I don't know. Referring to it as of age, am I the sicko for thinking that's wrong?
I don't have a credit score because I don't have a credit card. I've had several debit cards, but credit cards are fucking evil. They are. That's how you rack up debt and shit. It's like, oh, geez. If you get a credit card for like extreme emergencies, I mean like really fucking extreme. It's one thing if you're responsible with it, but let's be realistic. You got this little sheet of plastic that allows you to buy anything you want at a moment's notice. All you gotta do is whoop, swipe the card.
Swipe the card.
If a dude gets racked in the nuts, nobody's gonna be like, it's okay, Steve, walk it off. Oh, hey, Joe, that looked painful, bro. Dude, get some ice on it, have a cigarette, you'll be all right. You asked for an alcohol stream, I'm delivering. I got a 6-pack of Bud Light.
Delivered.
I wish he could have come out here. We had this whole plan where they were going to like bring him out here and he was going to spend like 3 days here.
That would have been great.
It would have been great.
I'm just inserting my 2 cents.
Which means if you're a woman looking, they don't fucking give a shit. So as this trend continues, by 2040,
it's dripping down his arm.
Of women.
Is there a hole in the mug or is it just poorly poured?
Easier to masturbate. I thank you. Chatterbait. As a guy, you know what? I find it insulting as a man to think that everything us guys do revolves around getting pussy. I'm like, Let me extend an olive branch to my fellow heterosexual men here. How irritating is that? It's just like, I don't see it here in Casper, but like in bigger cities, you try to hold the door for a woman and she gets offended. And then when you don't hold the door for her, she gets offended. I'm like, what do you want? I try to hold the door for you, you get mad.
I normally like let the door close behind me and fart on it while it's like.
Well, I don't want to like make women mad by holding the door open for them. But I also am a gentleman, so I meet them halfway.
You fart on it.
And I
fart on it.
And I hold the door shut for them.
And then you
so they can't get out.
Call me a sexist pig and say that she can do it herself. She don't need no. Yeah. So like, whose dick do we got to step on? So as a general rule of thumb, I hold the door for both genders. Because it's polite. And you want to get pissed off because some asshole stared at your cleavage when you're sitting there showing it off for the world. Why? Because he wasn't handsome enough to stare at your boobs? And then you want to
get better at looking at boobs, by the way. A woman should not notice you look.
His boobs, like his boob vision is like out here.
That's the reason women get mad at him for looking at their boobs, because it takes them a couple seconds to realize what direction he's actually looking. At first they get pissed because he's not looking at them. Then they realize he is. He just has a wandering eye. Then they're double pissed.
At men for being equally as shallow. Go fuck yourself. Grand Canyon Cali. No offense to women named Cali now.
I hold the door for everybody, though. I'm a very kind, sweet, gentleman. And I do fart sometimes.
Someone asked in chat if I was single, and I said, yeah. Been single for about almost 6 years. And I stopped giving a shit. After like 4.5 years, I just said, you know what? What's the point? And another reason why I quit giving a shit is because I have a lot of fangirls. Oh, yeah.
That's the only reason you quit giving a shit?
It is what it is.
Did we ever follow up with a girl that he blocked that was like fanning for him on Instagram?
No.
I wonder what she's up to.
But it is. You don't want your 12-year-old daughter
Kaylee's going to change him. Kaylee, would you please go love King Cobra fully, truthfully, till the end of time? I think you could change him, Kaylee. You got this. May your donos be low and your dry spell eternal, Jord. So mote it be. No way.
Cobra, I feel your struggle, man. That dry spell bullshit sucks. And what I tell
Kaylee's ready to be the sacrifice. All right, Kaylee, let's set this up.
Who cares?
Forget influencer boxing. We're going to start incellular sexing. We're going to make this happen, Kaylee. Just, at Drunken Peasants podcast so we can set it up. Let's go. Just close your eyes and pretend it's Henry Cavill. We're going to have to get you some nose plugs. Henry Cavill does not smell like Wyoming, unfortunately. Not saying Cope stinks, just he doesn't have a Henry Cavill smell. But I really think that we should end Cope's dry spell. And Kaylee, I think if you're willing and able, let's make it happen. You're from Kentucky, it's okay. Henry Cavill just has to be in the present mind to make it work. I'll just close my eyes and think of Henry Cavill. What if Cobes is a passionate, giving lover? Would that make it worse? Like if Copes was actually good at it, would that make it worse or better? Would you not be able to get it through your head that Copes was so good at loving that it would like mess you up a little bit? I just need to know. It would be worse. He needs to be rough. I don't know if he'll do that. I don't know if he's got it in him. He might like start, hey, Cope says, I don't care if I end it. Kaylee, who lives in Kentucky, would like to end the dry spell, Cobes. Do you have any criteria? Are you saving yourself for somebody? Is there anybody who you think like you're waiting for, or would you let, like, if Kaylee matched all of the commandments, the Cobra commandments, would you let her swing by and see how things worked out? Because I think I want the dry spell to end more than you do. To be completely honest, I have been secretly for the last 2 years, Cobes. Anytime I see a sexy goth chick with daddy issues, I try and pitch her to you, King Cobra. I'm like, look, there's this guy. He's a sweet man. He lives in Casper, Wyoming. You should really hook up with him.
It works every time.
I think it would be great. Not just.
Hold on. Is there a 50? Like, did I?
No. We just got a 5 since the last time you drank. But I 100% want to see the dry spell end. I think it would be a new arc in the Cobra lexicon. The Cobra saga. That's what I want. I want Cobes back at it. The sexy gothic bad boy putting work in again. It's good for the Cobra-verse, I think. And I think it's good for the women, too. I think once you start getting back into the swing of things, Cobes, it's just going to be like raining JJ. Kaylee says she's not goth. He might not like you. We have to
He's
cross.
He's not goth either.
We have to. He's a sexy goth bad boy.
He's not goth.
He's in the chat right now.
Is Copes?
Yeah, you gonna try and say that to his face?
Yeah, Copes.
He's sexy goth bad boy.
I don't believe you're goth.
I know he is.
Copes,
Sexy goth bad boy.
I don't believe you're goth.
I want to see Kaylee at least get to shoot a shot. That's what I want to see. Even if Copes says no, if it doesn't work out, I just want to see the shots get shot. I think that's awesome. I like that. I want to see the proliferation of love and affection spread.
Can we make it happen?
Kaylee says my shot's been shot with a shotgun. That's how shoddy her shot is. She got the sawed-off shot. He's shooting her shot.
No, I would like Cobes to demonstrate his gothness to me. I think.
Are you a gatekeeper?
Yes.
Are you the gothic gatekeeper?
I am the gothic gatekeeper.
Do you have a clock tower dream?
Yes. I already. You know where I live. I live in this clock tower dream house. Here now. Don't lie. Don't lie. I live in a clock tower dream house.
I think
don't lie. I live in a fucking clock tower dream house. You're trying to diminish me, but you come here for the last 7 years in a clock tower dream house, and we are sitting.
You got more
in
in common than Quasimodo than a sexy gothic bad boy.
I know. I think me and Cobra are like base level.
They're saying you're not goth. Our chat right now is hashtag Ben's not goth, and I won't go that far because I'm not a gatekeeper.
I'm not trying to gatekeep.
I don't know. Seems like you're trying to tell people what's in their heart, and that to me is a Brett Keane thing.
Well, you know,
that's manatee behavior. You're telling someone they can't transition into a sexy goth bad boy.
Are you saying he's transitioned into it, or was he born?
I don't know if you're born goth.
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Are you born goth? How's that work?
Cobes, tell us, were you born or did you transition into it? Because we have to, I know you're here. Let us know. We gave you, we gave him a mod here, so.
Yeah, he just chimed in. Kaylee was saying she would totally end the dry spell if given the opportunity.
I'm fine with that.
What's that? Your sex life? Why would you not be fine with that?
Okay,
Are you now gatekeeping Copes having sex too?
It's my sex life, all of it.
Ben, you have had too much to drink tonight. And for $45 more, we can give Ben more.
How Copes just sits around and watches our shit.
I think we were talking about him. He just came in to Billy, do you have any tips for picking up strippers? I'm thinking about going to one soon and would like some pointers. Well, Zap, how much money do you have? All right. The secret is to get all of your most fun friends to go with you. Make sure they all have money. Make sure they all have cocaine, and probably get a rental car if you don't have a nice car. Rent a nice car. If you go in with cocaine, a rental car, and some decent fun wingmen, you're probably going to leave with like at least 2 carloads of strippers at the end of the night. You got to have a little bit of candy, and you got to have a nice car to leave in, because I don't know if you know this, strippers are a little luxury driven.
Not always.
Not always.
They're a little cocaine driven.
Well, cocaine and luxury.
No. Not always the same thing.
Strippers are literally conditioned to say no, but they can't say no to luxury cars,
cocaine,
and good cocaine. Now, am I telling you to break the law by purchasing cocaine? Of course not. Don't do
cocaine.
That. Only do this in an area where cocaine is decriminalized.
Josh, I wanted you to come here to Seattle, and we were going to take you down to Portland, which is the Wild West. I wanted that so bad for you, my friend. I know you have Puff now, and Puff needs to be watched over, but I was hoping you'd come here to Seattle, because I think you deserve the big city life, my friend. You deserve the Clock Tower Dream House. And I know where you can find it. That's it. Don't let these people slander me in my good name.
I don't know, Ben. You kind of spoke for yourself a lot tonight.
I spoke for myself.
Cobes hasn't spoke up since you said he doesn't live in a goth dream tower. He doesn't live in the clock tower yet.
He deserves to.
He's got the dreams. He's got dreams, the gothic dark dream tower.
He deserves to. Ooh.
Majorly Awesome says, "Can I substitute a jar of exquisitely cut Louisiana Coast sugar cane?" You might be able to. MDMA is better if you're not going to go with Coke. If you have some Molly. But Coke is more of like a short leash. Molly, it could completely unleash the girl. Once she does the Molly, she's pretty much entranced for the night. With the cocaine, she's always going to want to come back to that little baby bag. She's always going to want to come back to those bumps. It's really, honestly, I've never done this before, but I know the psychology behind it because I was raised in a crack house. So I'm giving you this intel.
Josh, I'm trying to call you right now on Discord. I would like to have you on. Could we get your opinion on this kind of shit? Like, I would like to hear your opinion on goth and what is goth and what isn't. I could be wrong.
He probably left. He was probably done with this conversation.
Wow.
When he was questioned about his gothic bad boyness. He was probably like, fuck this. I don't have to sit here and have my gothic
I didn't mean any offense. I was just being like real.
I didn't mean offense. I was just being an offensive person is all.
That's all. That's all I am.
Look, guys, I don't mean any offense.
I didn't mean
I was
any
just being
offense.
real. What are your credentials for goth, Ben? What do you think?
A certain look.
What do you think if you're going to gatekeep goth, what is it?
There's a certain look.
On my drive here, I drove past 2 girls at the Bellevue Crossroads Mall, and they both had black clothes, pale white skin, and black hair. Were they goth? They had black makeup on?
Them.
You would have said they were goth, and you know what they were to me?
Don't
they
tell
were
me what I would have said.
They were basic Bellevue girls that happen to choose to put on some black clothes
Well,
and
that's why I
black
would have
makeup.
said it.
Well, you would have probably said these girls were goth.
No, don't tell me what I was said.
What you want to gatekeep? I'm over here opening
Don't
the door
tell me
to the
what
gate.
you probably because your
I'm
assumptions are
floodgate
almost
keeping.
always wrong.
That's never true, actually. I'm always
It's
spot on.
always true.
I'm always spot on.
said this thing. I heard it.
And it's always correct.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
You can't give me one instance where I was ever wrong in the history of Drunken Peasants podcast, and it's always been on video. We have literally 348 episodes in a
wrong
row
multiple
of me
times.
not being wrong, and that's because on episode 871, I made one comment jokingly that everybody took serious.
All right.
It was a joke.
Josh, I see you here. Welcome.
He is goth.
You are goth. That's fine, and I'll give you that. I'm trying to. Would you grace us with your presence here, King Cobra? I see you because I know you from Crystal's server, and I see you right here. And I sent you a. Oh no.
Ben's been drinking tequila tonight. If you've been drinking too, this could become a party.
It looks like he blocked me now after the fact.
Damn. I see you at the Crossroads.
Or maybe not.
I was at Crossroads Mall watching a movie. I saw the movie Joyride today. It's a wonderful film about two girls who grew up outside of the Seattle area. They were the only two Asian girls in there.
Have you seen Firefly Lane?
No.
That's like a big thing out of Seattle. Firefly Lane. Anyway, sorry for interrupting.
What is it?
Let's get these sweet boys and
Thank
the train going and get Benjamin punching the air drunk again. Oh yeah, by the way, Ruby Jules, if you're listening to this, you don't make rules, stay in your lane, the king has spoken.
I would love to have King Cobra on this show once a month and then give King Cobra a good portion of those donos because I think he deserves it. And I think if we bring him in on the right environment and we fucking toss the trolls aside and get him in his real element, we could make some real cohesive cash. Call me crazy.
Lord Magicus, thank you for posting that one time I was ever wrong. Appreciate you.
It's not the one time.
I knew it was out there. I couldn't remember exactly what episode it was. It seems I was about 70 episodes off from my estimation. Oh yeah. As an elder goth,
Cobra called Jared a sicko.
Jared is a sicko.
He is a sicko.
As an elder goth, I don't gatekeep. I think if you want to be goth, all you got to do is have a black heart. That's all you got to do. You don't even need a black lung.
You know, you're right. And all he has to do is for once sing, hey now, sing this corrosion to me.
I think
We
Kaylee
don't
has a
need
better
Ozzy.
shot than you do right now, Ben.
Of course.
Kaylee's shot was shot and hasn't been responded to though yet either. So we gotta figure out if anybody's shot is going to be successful tonight.
Well,
if we get together with King Cobra and we have a dating show where we pick 3 girls that are down to clown.
An egghead's head rent free. Mr. Joker card.
Well, Jared also lives in his parents'
Mr. Joker
house
card.
rent free too.
Please get us to a solid 500 so I can hold on. Was that the 50? Hold on, help me out.
$477 is not
All
an
right.
increment of 50.
Okay. Hold on. Dude, Josh, I'm so desperate. I only even have like this little shot right here left. It's not a want. It's a like, right? Right?
That's what they say, yeah. It's alcohol.
I love it.
It's a delicious
And then I poop.
lubricant for happiness. A lot of people are
For
not
fecal
happy
matter.
until they lubricate their happy bones with alcohol.
I would love for tonight for Josh to join us in the DP Discord.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, there's plenty of age, not alive.
Goodbye, Elise. Cheers.
There's plenty of age ladies in the DP Discord that would love to meet King Cobra.
Everybody claiming they're happy with that alcohol right now. You have no idea what happy is. It's delicious.
This money is for Kaylee's gas money.
Almost there.
That's not how this works, Swellshank, but thank you.
3 more dollars.
Kaylee says I might be too old. You think you're too old for King Cobra? We're going to have to get to the bottom of this,
Josh,
Kaylee.
if you're watching, I would love to collab with you so much. So fucking badly. Because I think we could be the next, like, Slayer. You know? Like... So, like, a great musician needs a great band, right? Right? So I think me and Josh could be like the new like YouTube Slayer.
Can they even hear that?
I don't care.
Well, I just want to make sure we're not being quiet because you're playing guitar if they can't hear it.
Well, I mean, do you know what's up?
Do I know how to run a podcast?
Do you know what's up?
No idea.
Yeah. Josh knows what's up. Me and him can collab. It's going to be the greatest album of any like YouTube creators ever.
He's put out a lot of
albums. You get in on
albums.
it too. No, well, like Ted Nugent did his thing forever, but then he created
Drink.
the damn Yankees. Okay, fine.
Drink. They're going to get Ted Nugent on the drums.
Can you take me high enough? I know me and Josh would have like the perfect vocal harmony too.
Is that the last drink there, Ben?
No. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the last drink.
I got nothing else to chase it down with, so hopefully I don't puke.
Don't puke, Ben.
I might.
Don't puke.
You want happy? How about recovering from sickness right before your full body Friday workout at gym? Super excited to repurchase my one-way ticket to the glorious House of Gains. Big Diesel, back me up.
I can't believe I couldn't read out diesel. But yeah, get buff. You got this. I'm excited for you.
Fuck sickos, Cobes. We know what's up. And actually, if Cobes is watching, I would like his take on my music videos. Let me know what you think about this, Cobes. Downtown, hobo on the ground, says he's got a pro. Oh my god, my chode, but no, that's sick. If I want a dick, I can get a dick. And I like the metal sink with a little drip, drip, slap a knob on the top and all the stickiness. And I know the satisfaction of a man, don't get me wrong, pockets your mind, and baby doesn't turn me on. Like when a man tries to beat me, puts me in hobo clothes, and then he tries to breed me. Cock your mouth, moving it out so they can sound, make you scream out. Then I'll be the hobo you and your friends talk about, standing in the street, getting bent over a bend. Looking forward to the hobo experience. Got the loop tube, grease it up and back in action. Stick it in and watch the hobo's ass contraction. Hobo, 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 hobo. Anal, 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 probing. Probing, 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 probing. Hobo, anal, probing. Chilling at home, watching Zoom, sporting a boner for the feeling of the hobos on a Tuesday morning. Feeling good, looking out the window, looking down the alley for a dirty cousins as the ladies in a dress, baby's mamas and his cousin make me feel like a hobo. Tie me down for anal probe, busting out a whip man. Ask you what you think is funny. Take a look and bust you in the nuts and hear my mom talking dirty homo dick. It's also like the sausage trip. It's a large bike trip, the hobo probe and confidence. Building up to that moment that you just start fucking hobo, 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 anal, 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 probing, 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 hobo, anal, probing. Fuck it, I'll make you too, bitch. I'm a homo too, motherfucking piss. And feel that rim job, big cock in your mouth. I'm thinking a match with the anal probus. Grease it up. Stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Grease it up. Stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Grease it up. Stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Grease it up. Stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Grease it up. Stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Hobo, 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 hobo. Anal, 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 anal. Probing, 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 probing. Hobo, anal, probing. I got the approval of Brooklyn, so that's all I need. That's literally all I need.
Is that all you need?
For music, for sure. Yeah. We should all go to Atlanta and let Hannibal produce like this crazy, like, We Are the World track.
We Are the Children.
We'll get you on it. We'll get me on it doing other people's shit. We'll get Hannibal on it. It'll be amazing.
We'll have to get Brooklyn on it. Brooklyn, sing on our song with us.
Dude.
So we have one talented person on there.
Yeah. Actually, during some of the private shows, I showed some of Brooklyn's music.
Oh. I was just teasing. I'm hella talented.
You know what I talked about.
Hannibal's hella
Have
talented.
you seen it? Do you remember seeing it?
Ben is also talented. We'd be full of talented people. I don't remember the private show you're talking about. But that being said, are we going to do this post show tonight?
Yes. We're doing it.
We have a post show tonight, guys. Patrons $10 and above.
Yeah.
The whole moon would be full of talent. Exactly. And chocolate. Chocolate and talent. Seb McHug says, I can't remember if Billy is talented. Yes, Stabby, because you have a terrible memory. You're literally watching my talents ooze out every episode of Drunken Peasants. I'm literally liquid talent. I piss talent. It's gross, actually. People should
piss
flush
talent?
People should flush half of the talent that oozes out of me.
You piss it.
Yes, it's sick, actually.
You piss it.
That's what the kids say. Yeah, it's.
Is that what the kids say?
They say I'm serving.
I'm never around kids,
Yeah,
so
the kids
I don't
say
even
I'm
know
serving
what the
cunt.
kids say.
They say Billy is serving cunt.
Oh God,
That's what the kids say.
I'm horrified.
I'm like, what is this,
Why?
kids? And they're
Why?
like, Billy, you're serving cunt. I'm like, thank you, kids. Thank you, kids.
I'm a little disturbed.
That
Are
would
you
be a
doing
good-
like Disturbed?
Yeah, that would be a good cover band. Dwarves doing a Disturbed cover band, and it's called A Little Disturbed. That'd be a good cover band. Does it not exist? If it doesn't exist, we have to start that.
Brooklyn told me she used to see Kesha in her studio.
Yeah.
Who's, I guess, not so good.
Kesha? Kesha's good.
Well, I guess she's working with Rick Rubin now, which I wouldn't have suspected.
Kesha's good. Does Brooklyn have a
she's not
problem with
good.
Kesha?
I'm not. Are
you starting a war between Brooklyn and Kesha right now?
No, I'm not starting shit.
Okay, Brooklyn says Kesha did not. Brooklyn did not say Kesha wasn't good.
I didn't say she said Kesha
Okay.
wasn't good.
So that's your opinion.
No, she just said Kesha was around.
Kesha's good.
I don't
Kesha's
think
good.
she's good.
Yeah, Kesha came up with.
I personally don't think she's
Kesha
good.
came up with like.
I'm not saying you said she wasn't
L-
good. I just don't think she's good.
that LA group of people like
I'm not projecting
Simon
on
Rex
you.
and who all the LA scumbag musicians. Kesha came up through that group and then blew the fuck up. Kesha's dope, dude. Kesha's actually dope.
Wasn't like what's her name? Iggy Azalea. Was she was in Atlanta, like
I thought she was a Florida girl, but I don't know. I thought she was doing work in Florida, then became a rapper.
yes, Brooklyn, we know you're a tall, tall woman.
She's taller than Kesha?
Yes.
Iggy has a ghostwriter. I would not be surprised by that. I think most of these pop people got ghostwriters, right? Like how many pop people that are popping are writing their own stuff? That's a good question. I think our girl Lady Gaga writes her own stuff.
I'm
she probably
interested in
collaborates with
seeing the
people on
new
that joke.
Joker movie with her as Harley Quinn. It might be good.
She does good film. She does good film. She does good music. The son of Mouse Fitzgerald says, I wish I was tall, but I'm slightly taller than Billy. What are you, 6'4"?
I wish I was a little
Are you
bit taller, but I'm
6'4"?
slightly taller than Billy, but he's a little midget.
That's not true at all. I'm very
What?
tall. But it doesn't matter today because my back is, I put my back out.
You have a bad spine
Because I'm so
day.
tall. I'm having a bad spine day. Unfortunately. Being tall is not all it's cracked up to be. Sure, I walk into a room and I command respect. But most people, most good short people, can command respect by just walking into a room and being respectful. I don't have to be respectful. I could walk in with gas, farting up a storm, and people will still respect me because of how tall I am. Fat old guy says, Billy, do you wear lifts like Trump? Not at all.
Yes, he does.
Not at all. Mouse Fitzgerald, 6'2". Mouse and I are like the same height. I'm 6'3" on a good spine day, but I don't see many of those in my late 30s because I'm an old ass man now.
He's 5'11".
That's a bold-faced lie.
Nope.
If I had to call either of us a liar when it came to my height, it'd be you, Ben. Not me.
Not me.
I'm brutally
no,
honest.
you do lie. No, I saw your ID. You're a liar.
That was my ID from when I was in high school.
And you have this weird like fascination where like you categorize people by height, and then you
It's just
you assign
humanity.
a weird value. No, it's not.
Yes,
No.
it is.
You assign a weird value to yourself based on your own height, and then you lie to yourself about how
No.
tall you are.
Society
No,
puts a weird value on
it's
me
not
because
true.
of my height.
No, it's not. It's you. It's literally
No, it's
you.
not. Did we not just watch a
Did
video
so-
of a guy that
did-
paid $80,000?
Did society cause you to lie that you're 6'4" on your driver's license?
I didn't lie. When I was 17, I was
You're
6'4".
a liar. You never were 6'4".
How? Why? You didn't know me when I was 17.
I mean, like, oh, you shrank 2
Yes,
inches?
that's what happens when you're morbidly obese and tall. Ben, you need to do the science before you start lying.
You idolize height too much.
I don't.
You've created this false reality.
This
where
is
you're-
not true at all.
Oh no, it is
You,
definitely
as a
true, my
short,
friend.
argue this way more than I do, because
No, I
you have
don't.
to. You have to.
It was
argue
never an issue before I met you.
your shortness.
Height in general was never an issue before I met you.
I don't know about that. It seems like
I know about it.
because I seem like I'm having a 5'9" conversation right now.
Oh,
before I met you, I was only having 6'3" conversations.
One, Billy.
I was just having 6'3" conversations.
Well, maybe you were, but you can't get into it because you're too fucking short.
That's not true at all.
You are. You're 5'1".
I'm not only am I tall in stature, I'm tall in.
Not only am I this other thing, but I'm this other, these other good things.
I'm also tall
It's
in
Billy
in character.
personified.
My
yeah, here he
character is
goes.
9'11". I'm 9'11". My character is 9'11".
And then a
9'11"
plane will
inches.
just fly into
It would
and
try
kill
to,
you.
but I'd swat it away because
wouldn't
my character is. I have a very tall character. So tall.
When people meet Billy, the first thing they don't think is this guy is tall.
They think this guy is larger than life.
That's not what they say.
That's what I can see it on their face.
Okay.
Their faces light
You
up.
made it up, buddy.
That's not true.
Oh no, it is.
No, Ben, nobody's
is.
going to take your word for it because you're drunk.
Oh, the guy who knows you
You're
more than
drunk.
anybody else here? Yeah, they won't take my word for it.
I think our audience knows me better than you do. You've had this idea.
Well, you're a fucking gaslighting
You've
piece
had
of
this
shit.
idea of me in your head.
I know
for
him
far
better
too
than
long.
anyone else here.
For
he's
far too
not
long.
that tall. He's taller than me, for sure. But he's not like some crazy tall guy.
Our audience gets the real me because they're not busy doing the show.
I have seen him.
They're busy watching the show.
He's a liar.
You've had a diluted
All
version of
he
me
has is this.
through all of your own inadequacies, all of your own
What are my
distractions,
inadequacies?
all of your own.
Hold on.
all
hold
of
on.
your
Let's
own
go back.
biases.
Hold on. Let's go back.
Yeah.
What are my inadequacies?
I wouldn't. It's not my job to judge you.
Oh, then why bring it up?
Because you're bringing up lies to my face.
What's the lie?
You're telling me that I'm not 9'11" in persona and
Oh,
stature.
okay. All
and
right.
character.
There we are. Okay. We're right back to it. Okay. Thank you.
This is just egregious, and the world knows
When
me
do we have the
so
DP
well.
meetup in Atlanta?
Never.
What?
Never.
Why?
Atlanta is persona non grata.
No, I'm going to Atlanta. I'll have it
I've
without you. if
banned
you don't like
Atlanta.
it.
I'm not going there ever again.
Okay, have a good
The
time.
one time I went there to go do music with Hannibal, he decided to meet the love of his life, and we never did music. It was heartbreaking for me. It was great for him. He found the love of his life, but for me, it was not so good.
No, we're going to Atlanta. You too.
No.
Yes.
No, we're gonna make the entire world follow us wherever I want to go, and the world will follow. Because I'm not the type of guy that goes to Atlanta. I'm the type of guy that Atlanta comes to. It's just that 9'11" persona.
No one ever comes to you.
Oh,
they pretend to.
You would not know.
Oh,
you would not know, Benjamin.
You don't know. I'm the Billy the Fridge.
Benjamin has
I'm
no
Billy
idea.
the Fridge. Everyone comes to me.
They do.
No,
I am.
They dad do.
I'm the
They
golden
dad
goose.
do.
I'm the golden
They
goose that keeps drunken
dad
peasants
do.
hot and fresh. The kids say I serve cunt.
It's under your Terry
I'm the
fault.
golden goose. It's been far too long where you've been milking my golden tits, Ben.
How many of them?
The good ones.
Let's play.
You don't know me that well if you don't know how many
I
there
know.
are.
Oh, dude, I know how many there are.
You're so full of it.
I'm so full of your milk.
You get all this milk and you've forgotten where it comes from. That's blatant disrespect.
And I want everyone to know.
Thank you.
Brooklyn's going
Cannon.
hard in. Let's check it out. Let's watch a Brooklyn video. So she's in our. This is the girl in our chat talking shit. There she is, right there. Look, she's like, no. She's doing like
for free.
Yep.
Ben, we still got $45 more till you can have that drink. Audience owes us $45.
how she started on the floor and just like
she slid on the floor. She slid in. For free, Brooklyn, for free. I feel like Quentin Tarantino directed this music video.
It looks like a weird acid trip. I like how you both had no gloves and no shoes on. Kind of brought overalls back, right? Like, where do you see overalls? Why was like? It's funny how she got all embarrassed. This is actually like a really well made video. Like,
yeah, but it's old.
Oh,
She makes new stuff.
It's true.
This is old.
We'll get it.
You're making her
next time.
cringe.
So sorry.
You're making her cringe with the old stuff.
So sorry. Okay. Are we going to, I guess we're going to do ISOM.
Maybe. It's almost 9 p.m. on
Maybe
the West Coast.
We'll do it next time. Maybe we'll hang out here for a little while.
We're gonna have to get into ISOM soon if we're going to do that. Because we only got, it's almost 9 p.m. on the West Coast.
It is. Let's do it next time then.
We'll do it next time. Everybody who wants the exciting conclusion of ISOM. Instead, you got music party.
Yeah.
You got the music party.
Yeah.
Ben Cornelius with the Soul Train. I feel like we should be dancing, but my back is so sore.
I can't dance. I showed you my dancing.
I would have been dancing, but my back is so sore.
I do.
You got the music in you.
Don't let
dance
go.
left. That was filmed at the Staten Island Mall. A lot of people don't know that.
I can't start another band because I don't live in the same place long enough. And well, I actually saw this website where you can play together live, and they like cut the delay between all of you. So maybe I'll do that eventually.
I was working on new music before I got in a car accident, and I haven't healed yet. So all my new music is in the bucket, just sitting there crying by itself. But once I can walk and talk and not die, I think I might. There's like a half a chance that I'm actually gonna die soon.
No,
I don't know. Maybe.
Hold on though.
But if I don't die this summer, I'll probably make a new album after I deal with my drunken comorbidities.
How many years ago was this? Like 10?
I think this was 2011.
Yeah.
I can't remember. No, this would have been 2013 or 14. I recorded this, I think, in 2011, but the album didn't get finished for like until a year afterwards. I recorded like 2.5 songs.
Was this in like a buddy's house or something?
Yeah, this is my buddy Squirrel's house. And that's my buddy Noel, and we were just doing some murder stuff. That's Lyric Allure. And another girl that I cannot remember her name. And that girl, I think her name was...
on the table?
Yeah, I think her name was Marissa or something. We got the echo going.
Hold on. Yeah, I'll stop it. Sorry.
This is... because Squirrel and Noel are both freak show guys. So we did freak show stuff.
Was it the same people at the Jake Roberts
Those
show?
are different freak show guys.
Okay.
I know a lot of freak show guys.
Yeah.
I hang out with a lot of freak show
They're always
guys.
dropping shit on you.
Bowling ball onto a dinner plate, cinder block with a sledgehammer, and then they finally decided just to murder me, and they murdered me. That's how they murdered me. They just murdered me.
Did they really make a big fake donut for the
Yeah, we
Fremont
made a
troll?
gigantic donut to put over the troll's neck.
That's hilarious.
And then we left it there, and the news came and was like, "What happened to somebody put a donut on the troll?" And we were like,
Mastered with a handshake. You sipping syrup, I pour it on my pancake. Damn man, it's a wonder I can stand straight. Drink till I pass out, wake up with a backache. That's great. Now I need some medical attention. Did I mention that I bit off an edible? Weed chemical, icing is electrical. Catnip got me putting pussy on a pedestal. I'm skeptical, chatting up a goth chick. Says she likes pain, I tossed her in the mosh pit. Talk shit, I talk sick on any topic. Eat you
Oh God, you're slurping it up.
"There's just some blood." The dancing bear is no longer the dancing bear. It's closed down now. It probably closed down because we were the only people in there for like 4 hours. One guy came in to buy a lap dance.
Was that the one, the Deja Vu?
It was the Dancing Bear. I think it's now
Okay.
called Sugars. It's over in 99 North Seattle.
But then my vision got clearer. The monster in my closet's now the man in the mirror. And my fangs grow sharper as my
Blood.
time grows nearer. I can't hear her.
We have blood.
I guess she's screaming though. Speaking tongues, my tongue's gotta creep in slow. Pearl Jam, the girls clam with the even flow. Butterfly, red wings, and the demons glow. Even so, she put it on like voodoo. Having videos that go viral on YouTube. Yeah, puke, dude. But what
It's just me and my weird friends
on the sideline sipping on a yoo-hoo.
dressing up and playing murderer.
Crying from a boo-boo. Stomp you out, scrape you off my shoe. True, you just knew food to chew.
So yeah, like a Billy the Fridge track where Brooklyn sings the hook is like my dream come true. Make it happen.
We're gonna make
it happen.
We're gonna make a rock opera.
That's what I want.
We're gonna go on tour in all the Mormon cities performing our rock opera. But yeah, I do want to make new music when I'm over this car accident gimmick. I keep getting re-injured off of it. It sucks. It's been over 6 months since the accident, and I'm dealing with a new issue today that came back. But we'll do enough Mormon cities.
Like this, you had a lady sing your track here.
Yeah, I sung on this too. This has no rap on it. We just went full 80s on this one.
Yeah, look.
I'm like, I'm gonna do my.
It's all vocoder.
Is it vocoder?
Yeah.
I think one is.
Yeah.
Baby, I'm sorry.
That's you.
Yeah, that's me.
I can't fit inside your Ferrari. Baby, of course. I ain't fitting inside your Porsche. Baby, you've seen me. I won't fit in your Lamborghini. Baby, it's true. I'm not fitting in your BMW. I can't fit in your Mercedes, baby. You cannot ride me like the 80s, baby. I know it sounds crazy, baby. In the fast lane, speeding past 80, baby.
The idea is I can't fit in her car, so she has to ride me.
No matter how fancy it is.
It doesn't matter. I can't fit in your car. Ride me.
Come on, baby, won't you ride with me? Top down, race into the night with me. Come on, baby, just turn the key. Feel out, let the rubber burn with me. Come on, baby, won't you ride with me? Come on, baby.
We were just sitting in the studio, and we were like, dude, I just was joking about this chorus thing. We're like, let's turn it into an interlude. Let's just make it an 80s inspired interlude on the album. Because I was singing, I can't fit in your Mercedes, baby. You cannot ride me like the 80s, baby. And then they were like, let's just fucking do it. So we did it.
Come on, baby, just turn the key. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Baby, I'm sorry. I can't fit inside your Ferrari.
Yeah, this is just because I didn't want to write a second verse for it. So we just took the first verse and put it into like the vocoder or whatever effect
that's
this
what
is.
that is. Yeah.
And then in the music video we shot for it, I'm just talking into a fan during this part.
Are you really a real fan?
Yeah, we never released the video because it took so long to. I
remember
got lost.
Yeah.
Jeff Holiday actually somehow found a guy that was editing the video, talked to him, got me in contact with that guy, which made me find the video like a year later.
Weird.
But it's the video. I don't think it was that poppin', so I never released it. I filmed 2 videos with these guys and off this album, and they weren't that poppin'. It just took so long to come out. I think I was dead on them after that.
Yeah. There was the video where he fell out of the fridge.
Who's doing those feature lyrics on the chorus? Madison DeCambra. I don't know if you guys remember when she used to come on the show.
Yeah, she used to come on here.
She used to come in and I think she shocked her butt one night. I don't know.
She did.
She did a butt shock. What genre is Whitesnake considered? Because I unironically love that band. Are they hair band? What are
Glam
they?
rock.
Glam rock?
Yeah, here I go again
On my own.
Yeah.
Down the only road I've ever known.
Du-du-du-du. I'm the gifter. I was born to rock alone. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I made up my mind.
Glam. That's glam.
I would say it's like glam metal, like 80s glam metal.
I always call that hair
rock. Yeah, that's another
But that's
one.
just what I call it when I think of it. When everybody, but there's so many people had hair back then. You wouldn't really call Kiss hair rock, would you?
Depends on when it was. When Kiss was not in their makeup and they had the other guitar player and drummer.
That was more hair rock?
Yeah, it was.
That was more glam?
Yep. And even Ozzy had a glam rock, hair rock era. He did that like When I Close My Eyes Forever song.
I don't know if I can recall that. I'm not good with songs though. Recalling them at all. Like we were listening earlier before the show to the what was it that we were listening to? That 70s band that you played, and it took me like all the way up until the chorus.
I was doing the original "Come On, Feel the Noise."
Yeah, come on, feel the noise.
Yeah,
but it was the OG.
before we go live, I'm playing like my old like 70s shit. Like, what?
And I'm like, I know this, but I couldn't tell you what it was.
Yeah,
and then
that is glam rock.
I knew
That's
it was
early
"Come On,
glam.
Feel the Noise," but I couldn't remember the chorus.
Yep.
Like I knew it in my head. I'm like, how's it go? How's it go? I'm just not good at remembering
Slade
music.
Yeah, Seth looks like he's even older than me, so he knows that kind of shit.
Nobody's older than me.
I'm older than you.
I'm so old.
No, you're not.
I'm worried I'm gonna
older
get
than
gray
you.
hair soon.
You might get a couple.
I don't know. I'm worried about it.
Okay.
I don't know if I will or not. I had a dream that I was getting gray hair.
Everyone gets it eventually.
That's usually, yeah.
Oh, do you believe you'll be the first person to never get them?
Oh, I don't know. I could die before I go gray, right?
You believe you're going to be the first person to never die?
People, I mean, so
He
far,
won't- he
so
won't
good.
say no.
So far, so good. The first person to never die, you know, they won't know that they're the first person to never die, right?
I don't like this logic.
At what point do you know you're the first person to never die?
I don't like that.
You're the oldest. Every oldest man on earth could be the first person to
Brooklyn
never
was
die.
requesting you do Little Red Corvette.
I don't know the lyrics.
Well, it depends on which part of it you want to do. Like, you could do like a rap version of the of the verse, and then just keep the like.
I don't even know the. I don't know the lyrics. I have
Little Red Corvette. Da, da. It's like that '80s like hand clap kind of thing.
Bow wow wow. Yeah, I don't know it at all. I'd have to get intimately engaged with Little Red Corvette, and then
I'd play it right now, but we'd get it like a copyright.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's Prince.
Yes. One of the greatest musicians ever.
Yeah, I need to brush up on Little Red Corvette. I don't think I sing Prince very well. I don't know if I have the Prince voice. Do I have the Prince voice? Landslide by Fleetwood Mac.
I'm afraid of changing because
That's a good one. I don't know the lyrics, but I like that song. I'll have to learn that song too. I'm gonna learn all these songs and put out a cover album with Ben.
Yeah, that's what we should do.
We should have covered the what was that song that Colleen Ballinger did?
Oh, the like I'm not a pedophile song.
Yeah, we should have covered that. We should have covered Manipulation Station.
Dude, yes. It's like the talks. Oh, dude, I could learn it. I
Got
never,
a one-way ticket down
It's like the-
Manipulation
it's like
Station.
toxic gossip
Train. You're on the toxic gossip train. You got a one-way ticket to Manipulation Station. But at least you're having fun.
Oh my God. You guys are adorable.
At least you're having fun.
I am having fun. I'm having the best fun.
Doom, doom, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I already got it. I already got it here right now.
I was with a buddy of mine who's a record producer on the 4th of July, and he was telling me that he got a hold of this old 90s album that's being re-released. There's a guy who was like affiliated with Wu-Tang Clan. It was a top 40 album when it came out. People who are big into that 90s hip-hop might notice the album cover. I can't remember the name of it right now. But the record label wanted to re-release it, and they're like, all we have is the mastered files, and they're mastered. They're like a CD, basically.
Yeah.
All one track. And they gave it to my buddy, and he was able, with AI, to rip the tracks apart and remaster the album. And it's like, he's remastered this album that was basically lost to time, and this record label might be throwing in more albums. This is the future of all these like shittily recorded projects from 20, 30 years ago are going to get new life now. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes in the next year. It's the toxic gossip train. Running a toxic gossip train.
I could, yeah.
I have not listened to Lil Uzi Vert's Pink Tape album, but I should. I should listen to new hip-hop on a regular basis. I'll be real with you guys. For the last 10 years, the majority of new hip-hop I've listened to is by female rappers, women rappers. Have you ever heard of Idea? Oh, yeah. I'm from the Northwest. Idea is definitely like Minneapolis, Seattle connection has been huge for the last 30 years. There's a lot of people here from Seattle that are on Rhyme Sayers. That underground hip hop worked its way through this city big time on touring. We give them a lot of support. Idea is great. Who's your favorite industry plant rapper? I don't know, man. Does Doja Cat count? Doja Cat's the best. Did you see the NPR Tiny Desk concert that Juvenile did? No, I used to bump the hell out of Juvenile. I got to see that Tiny Desk. Juvenile is great. You better run for it, run for it, run. I do like Ice Spice. I think Ice Spice is an interesting character. I don't listen to Ice Spice, but I don't not listen to Ice Spice either. She was all over the internet, all over the radio. It was impossible not to listen to her. I do like Cobra. Cobra Starship, King Cobra, who are you talking about? I like them both. When you die, you need them to play that version at your funeral. You better run for it, run for it, run. I want to watch that. I used to bump Juvenile like crazy back in the day. No. Here come Juvie. I can't even do it. I can't even recall how it went. Then Manny Fresh. Manny Fresh has always been one of those producers that I was like, I would like to be on a Manny Fresh beat. Got gator boots and the pimped out Gucci suits. Ain't got no job, but I stay fly. Man.
Dude. Holy shit.
Manny Fresh is at the concert too. I gotta check that out. I need to watch that. Ice Spice's female Little Nas X. Good. We needed men always need a choice between Ice Spice or Little Nas X. You always got to be able to make that choice. It's not a free country if you can't make that choice. Can't pay my rent because all my money's spent.
Could you do like a Jive Soul Bro?
No.
You can't do a Jive Soul Bro. Damn.
I can't.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't think it's got like I can't purposefully sing a song that I don't like. Like if I don't like a song, I can't mimic it enough. I can't choose to poorly do something. Maybe if I sat with it and thought about it, I could maybe find a way to make it work with my voice. Like I really want to do a cover of was it No Doubt I'm Just a Girl?
Oh my God.
I'm Just a Girl. I think it's time for an I'm Just a Girl remix by Bill Fridge. I think the world's ready.
That's so bad.
Is it bad or is it perfect? Sing a little ditty, Am I Dreaming, Metro? I don't know that one. I don't know that one at all. I don't know He was like a James Brown of rap? We talking about Juvie? Who we talking about? I can't look away from the chat. It's the guy. Magica says it's the toxic gossip train. Not gonna take any blame. I did nothing wrong, but I did write this song. My lawyer said a no-go, but the flow had to flow though. Show I'm just a loser, not a kid groomer. I butchered your lyrics,
That's how it
Magicus. I butchered your lyrics. ODB was the James Brown of rap? Huh. Mystical. You better run for it. Mystical was... Mystical's rap delivery was non-consensual. He had that ridiculous, attacky, hard-ass rap flow. Like, I don't consent to this, but it was hard. Avril Lavigne, Hello Kitty with the Billy remake. Did she do a Hello Kitty song?
It was so bad.
Ooh.
You've never heard it?
No.
Do you want to hear it?
Are we gonna play more?
I'll play it
copywritten music?
faster. I'll play it like on a faster speed.
I used to bump Mystical everybody. Like had Master P on repeat all the time. That New Orleans rap was hitting. Once Pac died,
It's
I had
so
to find
bad.
I had to find someone new to replace my hours and hours of unending Tupac loop music.
Here we go. It's fast. Oh shit! Hold on. Can't hear it.
Is this Spider Gwen?
No, it doesn't change the pitch. The pitch doesn't change.
Well, the pitch doesn't change, but the lyrics I can't hear anything.
Well,
it's like a chipmunk
you're not
having a
missing
seizure.
anything.
Well, then why listen to it?
Hold on. All right. Hold on. I'll slow it down a little bit. And by the way,
as a musician,
this is when dubstep was really big. So when this, like at the end of this,
like,
it's bad.
It's not
bad.
terrible.
No, it is terrible.
Like, what makes it terrible?
Like what?
Is it just because it's ear rape or what?
Yeah.
Like when I'm listening to this, I don't judge it at all. I assume it's not for me.
It's bad.
I just wish that I was a skater boy.
She said, "See you later, boy."
That's what broke my heart. When did that come out?
2000, 2001.
No way, really?
The Skater Boy shit?
No, this one, the Hello Kitty.
That was 2013.
And Morton Dave says this is corporate bullshit. Yes. Yes. So I'm wondering what we're judging it on.
Kawaii. Kawaii.
Was this J-pop in like was she trying to jump on the J-pop train?
She was.
This is pre-K-pop days or what?
Yep.
She's a sexy goth bad girl right there in that video. That was goth. Now that's what I call goth volume 666 right there. One in the chat if you think that song was horrible. Two in the chat if you think that song was the greatest song of all time.
Come on.
Three for the manatee.
Three for the manatee.
I see a lot of horribles and a couple of manatees. We got two greatest songs of all time and a zero. I don't know what zero was. Now I feel duped. Look at all those threes in the pleb chat. I knew the pleb chat would be full of manatee votes. Oh, no, not the pleb chat, the fan chat. Sorry, guys. It's been a long night. I didn't mean to misdiagnose your support here. Nistia says, I like it, but it's not the best. Whoa. It's not the best song of all time? And what the fuck did we play it for? Sheesh.
The greatest song ever.
It's just a tribute.
Hello Kitty.
It's not the greatest song in the world. It's just a tribute. How dare I call you plebs? I apologize immediately afterwards, Morton Dave. If you want to rake me over the coals because I misspoke, go ahead. But don't expect to continue getting my delicious golden milk. Don't expect it. That song was amazing.
My favorite YouTube music video ever is this shit.
Hello, tubes.
Is this Bo Burnham?
No.
I love Bo Burnham. This is Owl City.
I have the keyboard that he has up top here. When Hannibal was here, he was like, "Do you have a keyboard?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have one."
Is it a Korg?
No, it's M Key Studio.
Hello, Seattle. I am a mountaineer.
The best thing about this video is how much fun he's having the whole time. He's like literally smiling the whole time. Look at him.
He's obviously in a retirement home with that hat. It's nice to see a guy get early retirement and have a grandpa become a YouTube pop star. Our chat believes this is Shabisky playing the keyboard.
It's Ronald Jenkins.
Have you heard of Hai Kim? No, I have not. Whoever said this was Owl City was a liar.
It's Ronald Jenkins.
Half of our chat believes this is Owl City now.
No, it's Ronald Jenkins.
Someone in the chat said this was Owl City and duped us all. Is Ronald Jenkins in Owl City? I think we were duped. Everybody duped us.
This video is 14 years old.
Is Ronald Jenkins the lead singer of Owl City?
I don't know.
That's all I need to know. I feel like I've been duped.
Yeah, we've been getting demonetized so badly. I'm kind of just like, whatever now.
At that point, we might as well play some Owl City.
I don't even know who Owl City is.
Their song "Hello Seattle" lives rent free in my brain. Fireflies is good too. 10,000 fireflies. I signed up for Threads via my Instagram account.
God damn it.
And I responded to Gio from Blue Scholars.
No.
Last
I wish
night.
I had that much coke, Arnie.
What?
He just wants some coke. He's trying to pick up some strippers, I think. He needs a rental car, too.
All right. Hold on.
Brooklyn says we could only pick one grunge band to listen to for the remainder of our life.
Alice in Chains.
Who are we choosing?
Benjamin, look, I'm drinking Stella like some sort of gentleman. Some sort of gentleman. Shut up, Lord Magicus. Fucking penis.
He's really drunk right now.
Who the fuck is that guy?
What's Shabisky doing? Drinks?
Who the fuck is that guy? Shut up! You're nothing without me up your ass! Drunk, who is that?
He can't even read.
Drunken Peasants.
Black hole sun.
I don't even know who that
Won't you
I don't
come
even know who that is.
Wash away the rain. They have the black hole sun, which is a giant donut.
It is.
It's a giant donut. It's a black donut that sits in front of the Seattle Asian Art Museum.
Yeah, I've always thought about like hooking up with the Airbnb and doing a grunge tour because I know where all the spots are. Like I would probably do the old places in Pioneer Square and then the Moore Theater, and then
how would you do it? Like drive people around or what?
Yeah, probably drive them around.
I thought
it depends. It depends on what it is because I've also come up with like a pub crawl that I wanted to do, like a grunge pub crawl, and I know there's even a bar like right around the corner from where Lane Staley was found dead in his apartment in the U District.
I thought about doing a Just a Bill on Capitol Hill, Just a Bill
I could help with
tour.
that. I could assist that.
Just to go to the spots in my music video and make people
the Jimmy statue.
Yeah, and then buy them a Molly Moon's cone at the end. And be like, there you go.
It
That's
sucks.
the Just a Bill tour.
I like going to the graves of people I admire, but because Jimmy's grave is in Renton, I avoid it because Renton is so fucking ghetto.
My buddy who was in the 8-Ton Gorilla video we watched earlier, his son died, and he had me officiate his son's funeral at that funeral spot where Jimi Hendrix is buried, and he was like taking care of stuff, and he had his son cremated in bags, and he was like, go inside me and like these girls who were dressed like they were dressed like strippers. I don't know
like this.
I don't know if they were strippers or not. They might have been doing more or less work than stripping. I'm not sure, but they were dressed like in the fashion of a stripper, like punk rock stripper fashion. And he sends me in with these girls to bag up his son in individual baggies so he can give bags of his son out to people at the funeral. And we're in the funeral home bagging up his son's ashes like they were cocaine. We have these little drug baggies full of his son, and the funeral director comes in and sees me and 3 stripper-looking women bagging up ashes on their big fucking mahogany table, and he flips out, and we're like, dude, we're bagging up my guy's son right now. Like, you're going to have to get the police in here because we're not stopping. We're going to finish bagging this boy up. Rest in peace to Avery.
Oh, damn.
But
where can we go from here?
that shit was punk rock.
Yes.
That shit was
You're
punk
right.
rock.
I want your skulls.
Swellshank is in Shabisky's chat and says, do a gothic. Is that gothic?
you're
Is
a gothic.
clearing your throat?
It's like,
Shut up.
Roger Wilco, I don't know if they were ladies of the night, but I don't know if they weren't. They were all, at a funeral, they're all good girls, okay?
That's my gay guy call.
That's my gay guy call.
That's my gay guy call.
Brooklyn, Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera, you can only choose one. I got to choose Britney.
Hold on. What are we choosing them for?
You only choose one.
Like singing ability? Christina all the way.
Yeah, I got to choose Britney, though.
Why?
Gotta, because at the time, Britney was making the hits, the pop hits. And I know that Christina Aguilera is better as a singer. I know she's better as a singer, and she's made,
better all around.
But Britney, okay,
Christina's better overall.
Sometimes I run, sometimes.
It's a horrible
Sometimes
song.
I hide, sometimes I'm scared of you.
What a terrible
but all I
fucking
really
song.
want is to hold
Some
you tight.
middle-aged man wrote
treat
that song
you
for
right,
her.
be with you day and night.
Some
Benny,
boomer.
all I need is time.
Oh, okay. I turned around after you threw that in. I'm putty in your hands, Mr. Fridge.
I'm sorry, Britney's songs resonated with me.
I do have to say though, it's some dude like my dad's age wrote that song, and I realized most of her big songs, even like "Hit Me Baby One More Time," was probably written by like a boomer dude.
Probably.
But that one was really bad. That was her like comeback song too, after like riding that wave.
What, Sometimes?
Yeah.
That was the second song on the first album, right?
Was it?
It was. I thought that was the second release from.
It was
I thought it was the
terrible.
follow-up after.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
After Baby One More Time.
I was high all that time.
Hit me, baby, one more time. My loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe, when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. And then what
trying
was,
to back you up here.
What was the other one on that album that popped? There was something else on there. Toxic was like third album, right?
I try to forget that, but it's easy to forget that.
My loneliness is killing me. It's so good. And then there was like Toxic, really good. Isn't she lucky that she's a star? But she cries from her lonely heart. And if there's nothing missing in her life, then why do these tears come at night? I'm sorry, I couldn't do this with Christina Aguilera. I couldn't. You drive me crazy. And that was off of the album from the Melissa Joan Hart movie.
I got
Thanks
a real...
for all the great content.
Thank you.
Keep being good boys.
Yes, Cryptic Ascent.
I got a real question for you. I want you to think this through. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Did you watch Kids Incorporated?
Yeah, of course. I had the Disney Channel for a little while as a kid. We had stolen cable boxes. We bought the Disney Channel at first and then couldn't pay the cable. So we didn't have cable for many years. And we would just rent VHS tapes instead of watching cable. And then...
I love this.
I don't know Nasty Naughty Boy.
Everybody look around, hear the sound, something special's gonna come your way. Hey, we got something that is new, that is true. We got something just for you today. All around the nation.
Oh, whoa.
With a new sensation.
Oh, whoa.
Have you heard? Have you heard?
Was Fergie in it yet?
No, this was after Fergie.
This is after Fergie?
Yeah, she had already left at this point. Or maybe she might have been one of the older ones at this point. Because in the early days, she was like the youngest one. Hold on, we'll see who was in it.
That's Nicole Brown Simpson. Anastasia Horny?
So Brooklyn says, what was this? This was a thing in the 80s and 90s where they would get like a group of kids that could sing and they would have them sing cover songs and then they do like a preteen kind of sitcom thing around it.
It's just like one of the early Disney Channel kids shows.
I think it was before Disney, like it was on its own and the Disney Channel picked it up.
They picked it up?
Yeah.
Huh.
But Fergie, Stacey Ferguson started on this. I love this because it's like The Cure, which is one of my favorite bands ever. And they do like a really bad version of...
I don't care if Monday's blue, Tuesday's gray, and Wednesday too. Thursday, I don't care about you, it's Friday.
This is like Kids Bop before Kids Bop was Kids Bop.
Tuesday, Wednesday, break my heart. Thursday doesn't.
But like when Ben and I were kids, there wasn't very many options. It was
It's
like
true.
It's like we can watch this, we can watch Babar.
Babar, I did like that elephant a lot.
There's no other option.
Curious George, the curious little monkey.
If we were lucky, Shelley Duvall was going to read us a fucking story.
Poor Shelley Duvall. Did you know I met that dude that interviewed Shelley Duvall?
Oh, yeah? When?
Dude, I went to the Folk Art Festival in Seattle Center.
Yeah.
I actually, it's called the Folk Life Festival, and there was all kinds of like folk art and everything there. And the dude that interviewed Shelley Duvall in her car, he was here filming some like Kurt Cobain shit. I guess when Kurt Cobain killed himself, everyone gathered down there, like near that fountain down there. So he was shooting that, and he didn't know it was going on. And I'm like, did you interview Shelley Duvall? And I was IRL streaming when it happened, so a bunch of people were there. I was like, did you interview Shelley Duvall in her car? And he was like, yeah, we did do that.
Shelley Duvall walked so Mia Goth could run. Shelley Duvall did not walk. Shelley Duvall was chased in horror.
She was so good, though.
So Mia Goth could run. Shelley Duvall was damn tortured. But that's when we did movies differently back then.
People said she was like unconventionally attractive, too.
She was beautiful, though. She was a movie star.
Yeah. By today's standards, though, would she, like, looking the same way she did, like, in her 20s, would she be a movie star?
Mia Goth is a movie star. She's got an unconventional look.
Okay.
We still have unconventional people.
Okay.
Like, Shelley Duvall wasn't, like, limping with a fucking Quasimodo hump. She was a beautiful woman.
So, just pointing out these three people here, the two on the left, like, the one on the far left is Fergie, Stacey Ferguson.
The little girl?
Yes. And then the one next to her was in Stacey Ferguson's like girl group that she had before she joined the Black Eyed Peas. And then the woman on the right, her name was Martika, and she had hit songs in the 80s that I don't know if you remember, like she had a song called The Toy Soldier. That was like,
was that the
Yes.
Step by Step?
Yes.
Eminem sampled it.
That's her. On the
Martika.
right. Yeah, Martika.
All fall down.
Yep.
Like toy soldiers.
Yeah, I forgot he sampled that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was her song.
Did you listen to
like,
Black Eyed Peas before Fergie came in?
I saw them at the Warp Tour.
Yeah.
Before Fergie was part
I remember
of
when
them.
Fergie came into the Black Eyed Peas, and I was like, "What?
Oh, they have a hot girl.
What?
Like, whatever.
This is not Black Eyed Peas." And then will.i.am was like, "Oh no, I'm coming for that money." And that's what, the girl from Facts of Life?
No, she was like part. They started like a girl group after this shit. But it's so weird that this existed. Yeah,
Brooklyn in the chat says, I'm tired of pretty faces that all look the exact same. Then why are you watching Drunken Peasants podcast?
Yeah, there you go. You've been watching for how many years now?
You're wasting your time here. 'Cause we're just the boy next door pretty faces here at Drunken Peasants podcast.
There you go.
Unless you were talking strictly about women and you like googly-eyed weird women, which then I'd understand why you'd watch Drunken Peasants podcast.
That's what we do.
I understand then. All of our women look like Cyrax with tits here at Drunken Peasants podcast.
It's been almost 10 years this January. 10 years of DP.
Gal Gadot is a generic beauty.
She was part of Miss Universe, I think.
Gal Gadot?
Yeah, I think she was Miss Israel, actually.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
I am in a terrible amount of pain. And,
we can end it.
But that's the problem. Once we end, I'm going to have to walk up those stairs.
It's not that many stairs.
I know, but I'm like, walking down them was so bad. And now I'm like, I almost want to just stay alive for 24 hours.
On the couch. Dude, I can put this camera on you right now.
sleep stream.
The 24-hour Billy cam live.
No, I'm going to walk up the stairs, but I'm like sitting here and I'm like, part of me wants to go home and then part of me doesn't want to stand up. Good times. Just like laughing. I could feel it in my back.
Yeah.
Oh. So I don't know, guys, if you want one in the chat, if you want to come kick me in the back hella hard and see if you can get my
That doesn't
spine.
help. Kicking
Doesn't
it
help?
wouldn't help.
I thought
No.
that might help.
No, I don't
I
think
thought that might
so.
realign my spine or
Kicking
something.
it would not help.
Shelley Duvall and Steve Buscemi had a kid.
Did they?
Oh, if Shelley Duvall and Steve Buscemi had a kid.
You know what? She is kind of like was young Steve Buscemi attractive?
He was a young Boglum, Boglum prince.
So Shelley Duvall's like a pretty Boglum lady. Is that what you're saying?
She's
because she is not.
She's not a Boglum.
She was. It's kind of weird.
I think Mia Goth is more of a Boglum than Shelley Duvall was.
Did you see that video though? Did I show you that video with Shelley Duvall in her car? Like, yeah, that guy. God, what is it called? The something collective. I can't remember the name of the channel right now, but this guy, he goes all over the country and like goes to old movie locations and films them. And when like the actors of some of these locations will come out and do an interview with him, he'll do it. And he got Shelley Duvall, but she wouldn't get out of her car. And she clearly had like a hoarding car where like her whole car was like filled with trash except for where she was sitting in it. And yeah, she's not doing too good, but she had her wits about her a little bit too.
Bustelo says, just so you know, Shelley Long is better than Kirstie Alley.
No.
Bustelo, what are you doing over here? Are you trolling us?
So, okay, what does he mean by better? I did enjoy the Diane and Sam story.
I think he's just trolling us.
But the whole like you own my bar, but I also like relentlessly want to fuck you so bad dynamic of what Cheers turned into was an insanely great story, right?
I just know when I see.
Did you watch it all?
When I see Sam Mayday Malone, if he's banging Shelley Long, it's not good sex. It's like ee-oo, ee-oo, ee-oo.
But Kirstie
if
Alley?
he's banging Kirstie Alley, it's that boom, boom,
Is
boom,
it
clapping.
that,
It's clapping on Kirstie. That's what I know.
Is it that Scientology sex? Do you think they do well in Scientology?
The Scientology is based off of people who are sexual deviants being like they probably had something on Kirstie Alley, like a sex tape or something, and they held it over her head. It's all
With Leonard
Scientology.
Nimoy.
All Scientology is sexual deviancy being hidden, and they're like, we're going to give you a wonderful career, but you're going to be our spokespeople, and if you don't follow, we're going to out you for being a deviant. That's probably why Scientology exists. That's my food theory.
Do you think Leah Remini tried to convert Zach Morris to Scientology while they were filming Saved by the Bell?
Probably not. Was she in it then that early?
Yeah,
Was she born into it?
Not born, but like raised from like elementary school and up. That's how she got those roles.
I'm all out of water. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
I have ice left though. When I got out to my car, putting some water in here. Jess, bro, nobody's calling you ugly, and if they did,
no one said that.
They would be the ugly ones.
I agree. Jess, bro, is a lovely lady. I am going to post the Discord right here into the chat. I encourage all of you who are here who are not already part of it to join, because we're going to end this stream soon. And you should come hang out. I'm going to join immediately after the show ends, since we're not doing the post show. We'll do it next time. Eventually, we'll get through this shitty comic book from Eric. It is kind of painful, isn't it?
Yeah. I tried to get through it by ripping the Band-Aid off, but the Band-Aid was so long it just kept ripping.
What do you think 2 is like? He needs to hand it. If he hired a good writer and just made the money in the background,
I've heard rumors that we're not supposed to know about from people in the industry who
Yeah.
are talking behind the industry back. I've heard rumors that 2 doesn't even follow up with 1, and it goes into like the depths of hell with like demon creatures that ISOM
So
has
the
to fight.
first one doesn't matter, is what you're saying.
From these,
That is such
these
bad
unconfirmed
writing.
rumors, though. They're unconfirmed rumors, so I don't know if that's true or not. But that's just what I've heard.
I don't like that.
On the grapevine. It could be completely wrong. So we'll have to wait and see.
Okay, Billy.
L. Ron Hubbard stole money that he would use to publish Dianetics from rocket scientist and occultist Jack Parsons. How could he?
Gene Roddenberry, the creator of Star Trek, said that if he had known how successful it would have been, because he knew L. Ron because they were both sci-fi writers.
Yeah.
At the same, like they were the same age and everything. He said he would have started his own religion like L. Ron.
Yeah, well, he basically did.
And it was before it blew up, really.
There's tons of Trekkies out there. They're basically their own religion at this point.
I went to the big Trek Fest it's always in August in Las Vegas. There's some weird shit. It's almost like it's a furry con, but it's all Trek.
Ape Traits in the chat says there's a big red sticker on ISOM 2 that says find out ISOM's powers on the big red sticker. Find out ISOM's powers. Well, I'm glad they saved that for the second book. Oh, man.
We are going to wrap this up. Thank you, everyone who got us to 63%. We will see you back on Saturday, where we're gonna meet this goal. It was amazing.
We'll finish ISOM another night, guys. Sorry about the cock
Sorry,
tease.
it was too much fun.
You got a nice
We had to
3.5
stick around.
hour Thursday night episode, though. How often do we get those?
Not too often.
It's not too often, tubes. Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.